immediately on booting. So only my ears got devastated. Y'all are fine. Unfortunately, you guys aren't going to get to see the intro, which was really neat. You'll have to play the game yourself to see that intro. But there we go. You should be able to hear everything just fine now after a slight audio adjustment. This is Monster Train 2. If you were paying attention to the channel about a year or so ago, you would understand how much I enjoyed the first Monster Train. And if you weren't, I'll go ahead and explain how this all works. I don't know anything specific to Monster Train 2 because I have not consumed any content about the game, and I have not moved the train beyond the spot you see it sitting here right now. But the basic idea of how Monster Train works is you have multiple layers of your train that the enemies are trying to get through. You deploy your units that you'll get out of your deck of cards here, apply whatever effects and spells you wish as you go, send out your champion, all trying to stop them from reaching your heart cage. Looks like the health system's a little different in this one, because I seem to recall the health is normally starting lower than this in the first Monster Train, but it has been a little bit. But it is at its heart your typical roguelite deck builder. It just has a lot of extra layers to it compared to the standard. As you can see, we've got a fight up ahead of us. We can look ahead and see what all we have available to us, including all of the fights available that are going to be in front of us. But the short version of plot is the last forces of hell fought their way up out of hell facing off against the forces of heaven, and we've now broken into heaven to fight back. That's basically where we're at now, based on the little bit there was from the intro. The first game was all about breaking your way through hell and saving what's left. And as you can see, we're currently in limbo. So let's go. We are facing off against Dominion's Preservation. Healers blessed by Dominion bolster their allies, attack in large bursts to achieve victory. So we got Uriel the First Blessed, 7 attack, 125 health. They're relentless, so he continues the fight until everything is dead. They cannot be rooted. Fallen Champions, and Ominous Acolytes with 1 hit point. So they can be easily knocked out by spells and such, but they'll otherwise get in the way of attacks. And they heal for 15. It says enemy units, so we definitely want to prioritize getting rid of those. Protect your pyre. If it takes too much damage from enemy attacks, it runs over. It does have attack of its own, which I do believe in the first game it didn't start with much attack, so it's actually stronger than it used to be. They made a better train this time. Each battle begins with a deployment phase. You will draw your champion and any unit card with a blue banner on it. After you end this turn, the enemies will invade. Okay, so it's a little different. You get actually a little bit more preparation at the start, instead of it starting with them out in the field immediately. Yeah, you only get to play each unit once, so if you waste a unit, you won't have them anymore. Probably want to put a Shield Steward in front here, and we'll preemptively put a Shield Steward up here. Is how this works, by the way, is no matter how the fight down here goes, if any enemies are alive, they proceed to the next floor anyway. So you can't just rely on them getting stymied by you having decent units on one floor. They will just piss off up the stairs regardless of what you've chosen to do. And see these dots? That's how many units you can fit on a floor. Some units will take up more than one capacity. Like you'll see we're full with just the 2 here, because the Shield Steward takes up 3 slots and Fel takes 2. And sometimes upgrading units, which is a concept we'll get to in a little bit, can alter how much space they take up in a way that'll either benefit you or hurt you, depending on what you're trying to do. And there's our first enemies. They've boarded the train. Enemies enter at the lowest level and move up 1 level every turn. If they reach the top, they'll attack your pyre. And thankfully, since the pyre can fight back, that's not a disaster. Our fire starter spell, though, applies 1 damage, so we can bop the healer straight away. And you'll see there is a readout of what the end result of combat's going to be here. So we know for a fact right now that only 4 damage is going to be dealt to our Shield Steward, and he's going to take 12. But then he'll move up, so we want to do something about that. Fire Gel deals extra damage per stack, so we can just throw that on you. Valor increases damage per stack. Raise armor to stack count if this is the front unit after combat. Okay, Spear Stewards deals solid damage, but we don't have any room here, so we'll put the... Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and preemptively put the Spear Steward up here, expecting them to make their way up here. So Fel, I think... Yeah, it would have been a smart play to put Valor on Fel, because multi-strike it would have paid off pretty well there, but we can work that angle on the next turn. Yeah, he'll go up there now and fight those two. We're gonna once again Firestarter the healer away immediately, because we can't kill in one turn, so otherwise we'll be shooting ourselves in the foot real bad. He'll die thanks to these two, because he has the Pyro Gel on him, so he's fine. We have 2 points to spend, because the Ember over here is obviously your currency to use on all of your abilities, so you want to use it wisely. In this particular case... Oh, it also moved you to the front. Oh, right, it has advance on it. Right, that makes sense. But Fel does have enough health to stand being in the front, so let's just keep buffing Fel here. Because the double attack is going to be ridiculously beneficial for us. And thanks to Revenge, we also are going to get benefits there. Is how Revenge works is every time you get hit, friendly units on the floor gain 1 Valor. Sadly, it doesn't apply to the other floor. In some cases, things are actually multi-floor, but not in this case. And it looks like we have one more wave coming after this. We have lots of copies of Just Cause, which is pretty fun. So let's go ahead and just buff up you a bit, and then throw more on Fel. The boss should be coming in now. Every fight has a boss. That was the named enemy we saw, that guy right there. The first child of savagery. Defeat the boss to win the battle. His relentless ability means that combat will continue in this room until you or he is defeated. Which also means getting rid of that healer is going to be vital. It's going to trigger on every round of combat. So, die. As you can see, everybody's gonna die here. But if I pop some Pyro Gel on him, he'll die before we do, and now we win. I always set it as a personal goal of mine to keep them from even leaving the first floor where I can. Oh yeah, the faster you clear these, the better off you are as well. But I don't worry too much about that part of it. I do it just as a personal thing, as far as it goes for me. And we got a clan pack and an allied clan pack. Because how this works is you have a primary and secondary clan. Out of the, I think there was ordinarily 3 clans in the first game. There might be more in this one, because they seem to have given you new clans for this game, but I don't know if they kept the old ones as well or not. I haven't played long enough to find that out, obviously. So let's see what we get. We have Divinity, Challenge, and Windblade. 10 Valor is pretty cool, but it is cost 3, so it's not great. Melee Weakness could be fun. Take that much damage again for each stack of Melee Weakness, so it basically means you're doubling damage. And then tripling, and then... Ooh... The thing is, though, that's applying Melee Weakness. So you could use it to advance one of your own units, but you could also pull an enemy to the front to guarantee it gets hit. I'm a little confused by this one, because every time you move, you gain 1 Valor. But... why is it... Oh... I just read it wrong, don't mind me. Basically, after every combat, whoever's holding the Windblade moves, and then they gain 1 Valor. Now, I'll take Challenge. Challenge has utility. Gold Touch, gain 1... Deal 5 damage, gain 1 Dragon Horde. I don't know what Dragon Horde does, other than it says you get rewards out of battle from it, because this is a new mechanic. Soul Smelter. Siphon, gain 1 soul. Celebrate, gain 1 dragon horde for every 4 souls, and that raises somebody's attack by 10. Equipment is also a new concept. I don't recall equipment being in the first game unless it was in the DLC, which I didn't dig as deep into. Because by the time the DLC came out for Monster Train, I had played so much of it that I was kind of burnt out. I do really like the idea of 4 Pyrogel to all enemies, though, because that's just immediately 4 more damage being applied to every enemy for no cost. These are all pretty good. This is just expensive enough that I'm not into it. I think it's one of these two, and it's going to be the Lava Flow, I think. Now we have access to this next area. We can gain a Banished unit or a Pyroborn unit, and we can either make our units better or make our spells better. I'm going to go for a Pyroborn unit, I think. Mostly because I also like upgrading my units more, or a lot of the time. Oh, the cat's still here. Hell yeah. So you can give a unit quick and 10 more attack. They get first strike in combat, which is huge. You can give them more attack. Upgrade a unit with Titanite, which cuts damage in half. That's pretty good. And starting Valor 8. Ooh. The thing is, Valor gives armor, so that's actually really good. I don't think... Yeah, no. You can't upgrade your champion in these shops, usually. That's the one kicker to these. These are for units, not champions. Your champion is, as you see there, a champion. They're not actually labeled the same way as everybody else. Otherwise, I would absolutely give Fel quick and 10 attack, because it would be ridiculous to have a 12 double attack unit attacking first. So instead, we're going to grab Valor and we're going to put it on this Shield Steward here. And then we're going to give one of the Spear Stewards extra attack. You can also purge things. I don't tend to bother with that, but I would recommend highly doing so, because you can very easily end up with a nightmare of deck bloat. So let's see. Avarice. When a unit with Avarice deals unblocked damage, gain gold equal to stacks of Avarice. Okay, the Miser's helpful. And we've got the Hothead, who does Fire Breathing, which is deal damage equal to this unit's attack to enemy units twice. Cooldown 2. I'm gonna take the Miser. Also, apparently, the Pyroborn are the Dragon faction, so I may end up spending some extra time with them, as it turns out. Elbor the Wall. Action, gain 5 armor. They have 7 attack, 260 health. They are relentless yet again. Most of the time, bosses are relentless, by the way. I remember that being a pretty consistent thing. Slavan Knight. Vanguard are plus 8 attack, so whenever the front of the floor, they have 10 and then 50 instead of 2 and 50. And the Acolytes are still here. Slow-moving soldiers, blessed of entropy, will deal heavy damage if they reach the front. They are the Knights of Entropy. Oh yeah, the music is always really good. Okay, so how I'm gonna do this time. We're gonna start off by having a Shield Steward here, and I'm gonna put the Miser behind them. I think that's a good starting position, and then we'll have Fel and the Shield Steward take up the second position this time. Because I want to have the Miser out front, because that raises the odds of us dealing unblocked damage that'll get us money. And unfortunately, we're out of cards and not out of Ember, so that Ember goes to waste. Combat previews. The preview number is exactly the thing I told you about already. They also have Savage Spearmen, which weren't listed for them before. But they're not really a big deal. Let's actually put some more Valor on you. Because the more Valor he has, the harder he is going to be to remove. And he can just go to town. The problem's going to be the Slavan Knight, though, is going to go up here next turn and fight these two. Our 2 attacks are going to be taken up by the 2 Savage Spearmen. So this could actually backfire on me pretty miserably. But we'll have to hope that next turn I can make that work. On the bright side, all according to plan, we are making money. Firestarter you. I could apply melee weakness to him, and that'll cause him to take another 8. But I think I'm actually going to be better off summoning more units on the 3rd floor preemptively here. The only thing is, these Spear Stewards have no health, so they're going to get destroyed if I don't get a shield in front of them. And they take 2 each, so I can't actually put a Shield Steward in front of them if I put another one up there. We also only have 2 Shield Stewards in the deck, actually, so we can't protect those spears, so I'm gonna have to just put the second one there and call it good. Just to buy them time, put the stronger one in the back so he doesn't get killed immediately. Brief respite. So they aren't sending another wave quite yet. Yeah, he's not quite gonna die, which is annoying. This can only be played once per battle, but I don't favor my odds of it coming back around when I'm gonna need it, so we're gonna go ahead and just Pyrogel him immediately. Yeah, I know. I just said that, game. Thank you. If we Valor one of these 2 up, that'll guarantee the kill. In fact, Valor both of them up because the one that does the damage was gonna die otherwise. And then we will Valor up Fel, so that Fel picks up some extra damage. The ability to shuffle my units around with advance is actually kind of handy. This is going to be an issue up here, though. And, of course, down here is a problem. Is our Spear Steward here dies before the Knight can even take damage. I'm probably going to have to let him get to the Heart Cage, which makes me very sad. One more, though, that needs to go. The fact that he gains armor is going to make this really suck. I could do something cheeky and kill him off with 2 fire starters. Or I pull him to the front and get him killed that way. Pulling him to the front really isn't actually that good. Or I do something clever. Oh, that's actually very clever. We melee weakness him first, so he'll take more damage. And now we pull him to the front first. Yeah, Spearman dies. Life sucks. That guy dies. Now, I don't want to speed up combat. It's fine right now. Oh, this is bad, actually. He's gaining armor there. Yeah, that's core damage, and then he dies. There are ways to get your core health back, by the way, so it's not the worst. Also, notice that floor of the train's gone now. For the rest of this fight, that floor is a non-concept. It's just gone. So let's see. Apply Valor to you, get you to the front. Because he'll take more damage that way. And it's after combat he gains those stacks. Right now he gains 3 armor every round of combat. This would mean he gains 5. Would that be enough? Yes, it's enough to buy another round of combat. The thing is, we might actually be in big trouble here. Because he's only taking 63 from this floor, and this floor is undefended. Which means he's going to fight the core. Which means we're going to take a lot of core damage here, because I made a stupid mistake somewhere that I didn't realize. that is something worth noting. This game, if it's anything like the first one, is not easy. You have to really figure it out to start doing well, or you find a really powerful combination. Because there are some very busted combinations in the first game, and I'm sure this one is no exception. That's the word I wanted. Yeah, I can't buff the Pyre Cage, and I'm pretty sure this isn't a melee attack, but you know what? I'm gonna challenge him anyway, I guess, just in case. And then he goes up there and fights the Pyre Cage. The fact that he's gaining armor every round isn't gonna matter, thankfully, with the Pyre Cage's damage output. We just need to not make too many mistakes like that, or we're gonna start being in trouble. And that's where it becomes a little bit of a problem, though, is you lose a lot of score for taking Pyre damage. Penitent's Blood Suit Shift Take 30 damage can be equipped on enemy units, and then you can start shifting them around, probably, and do cheeky damage that way. Upbeat Warbler. And Grant Quick. Okay. You know what? Come with me. Alchemy, gain 2 Dragon Horde. Apply 10 Pyre Gel with Pyre Cask, or just deal 1 damage for 0 to enemy units. Considering we keep getting those 1 health healers, I'm actually gonna take Flicker. And it's another 0 cost, so it doesn't interfere with what I'm doing. Let's see, a Celestial Alcove that you'll pick up either way. We can heal our Pyre for a bit and go to the Merchant of Arms, or we can get another unit and upgrade units. I think I'm gonna go get the health, though, just because I need to compensate for that mistake I made. Ooh, crystals. A cluster of 3 large crystals containing Entropy's strange powers forces the train to stop. You can take one of them to investigate. The first crystal is extraordinarily heavy for its size. The second crystal is completely weightless and hollow. The third crystal is growing at an incredible pace. Do you take one of Entropy's crystals? If you take the heavy crystal, you gain the Entropic Stone upgrade, gain Entropic crystals. Take the growing crystal, Entropic Growth upgrade, gain crystals. Take the hollow crystal, Entropic Energy upgrade. And these all explain what they do. Upgrade a spell to gain triple stack, which I think just makes a spell work 3 times? Question mark? Doesn't actually tell me what triple stack means. But the Entropic crystals are unpurgeable, and spells in your deck cost 1 more. And that's gonna apply no matter which one we grab. This one is permanently gain 5 magic power, which makes all spells do 5 more damage just straight up. And I think all their effects may do 5 more as well. But I don't think it applies to everything. I think there are limiters to that before anybody's like, ooh, that's ridiculous. And then, of course, upgrade a spell to cost less for less, which we don't really have any expensive spells, so the Hollow Crystal's the only one we're not going for. Oh, and Permafrost means it stays in your hand once it's drawn, I do believe, if I'm remembering that right. So I think I'm actually going to take the Growing Crystal, because 5 more magic power for an entire fight is probably better than 1 spell having triple stack. Oh, okay. This is being added to a spell we have. Then that actually isn't that good, because that's only going to make the 1 spell deal 5 more. Like, if I put it on this, it would do 5 more damage and then 2 Pyre Gel. But that does mean we can at least get rid of... Actually, no, this. This might be the play. No, I don't know if it'll apply to that spell itself. But it would allow me to hang on to Flicker till I need it. Like, till there's a lot of enemies that it would kill available. So maybe I will put it on that. The only problem being the Entropic Crystal is going to make this cost 1 instead of 0. Which is going to throw off a lot of my planning. Alternatively, we take this one, and triple stack will... Okay, yeah, it does make status effects apply 3 times. So actually, this might be the better choice because we can have 12 pyre gel on all enemy units on a floor, which means they take 12 more damage from everything that happens to them. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. Melee weakness 3, that's pretty good too. They're all actually really good choices, because 6 Valor is also really good, but I think I'll take the Lava Flow. You stow the heavy crystal away. Before you have a chance to put it down, a portion of the crystal spreads onto you. You try prying it apart, but to no avail. Entropy is now a part of you. Great, we're just infected with crystal nonsense now. But off to the Merchant of Arms. We can buy rooms. Rooms are also a new concept. So that's fun. We can also combine equipment, upgrade a room or equipment to be drawn in the deployment phase. I do like the idea of gaining money whenever my units die. Because the more money we can make, the more powerful we'll get. So... oh, gain 1 Ember. And they'll gain 20/20 if there's Ember available. That's actually really good. Multi-strike is also nice. But the thing is, extinguish, I do believe, means it's gone from the deck permanently. Like, it's not a you lose it for the battle, because it doesn't say consume. I think it is straight up gone. So you gotta be real careful who you put that on. So I think we'll take the Sacrificial Room and the Overgrown Carapace. You can always go back to these shops, it looks like, so that's good. Like, you wouldn't be able to take the train backwards, but if you're still in this section and you forgot to buy something, you could buy it before you move away. But it's time to fight the next fight. Archaon's Scion of Savagery. Archaon's forces draw power from the defeat of his forces, becoming enraged at their failure. We don't actually get to know what his forces look like either. He's a 7 attack, 425 health boss, and 2 rage on Siphon. So yeah, he gains 2 attack for every unit that dies. But it has to be on the floor that he's on. Now, these fights are interesting, though. They're not quite the same as the other fights we had. And you'll understand why I say that in a minute, if it works the way it used to. So, let's see. We'll do the same thing we did in the last fight. Fel and a Shield Steward on the second floor, the Miser and a Shield Steward on the first floor. Since that's what we got for our deployment. Archaon is the strongest boss you've faced yet. He moves between floors freely, but can be attacked if you clear out other enemies on that floor. So basically, he's going to hover to the right of each floor as he decides to, which is how he's going to be able to benefit from his Siphon effect. The good news about that is he chose to start on a floor where there's no enemies, so we can freely attack him right now. You've drawn a room card. These rooms can be installed into a floor in the train. Their gameplay effect persists until the end of battle. Only one room effect can be installed into a floor at a time. We're going to go ahead and apply that to the first floor, because the first floor is where most of the action is going to happen. You'll also notice this is a 5-wave fight instead of a 3-wave fight like everything else has been. Also, since this is when a unit dies, not when ours dies, when we clear theirs out, we will also be benefiting. In fact, since we have Lava Flow in hand, let's just set them up for failure, shall we? And we'll start prepping our stewards up here. Pop him. And off the round goes. And fortunately, the other ones aren't going to die there, which is very unfortunate. Oh, get a load of that guy. Watch out for triggers. This unit has a trigger. Triggers activate when specific events or turn phases happen. Who knew? Check the tooltips of units with a purple trigger icon to see the details. So after our combat, he gains 4 attack and takes 20 damage. Okay, there's our Entropic Crystal. It can't be removed from the deck, but I can get rid of it from my hand at least. But I do kind of need to play my hand a bit as well, so this is awkward. Let's go ahead and put a bit more Valor on you since you're the first floor defender, and then we'll get rid of the Entropic Crystal. Doesn't really matter what floor it's put on. Oh, he is gonna kill that steward, son of a whore. And unfortunately, getting rid of that doesn't actually remove the cost increase. Oh wait, no, these are all cost 1 to begin with, never mind. So yeah, he kills that steward, which is gonna thwart my plans pretty badly. But there was nothing to be done about that, really, with the way the hands drew. Ooh, ah. Okay, now he's down at floor 1, which is not great. You've drawn an equipment card. These cards can be attached onto a unit inside the train. Once attached, they improve the unit in various ways. Only one equipment can be attached to a unit at a time. Okay, so it is a one-and-done deal there. Let's see. Let's put the Upbeat Warbler down here. We'll put him in front of the Miser. Oh, he makes both of them quick? Oh, that's incredible. I completely missed the fact that that's every unit on the same floor. Oh, that's real good, actually. That on you. Oh, that was a mistake. I forgot that Resolve was after combat, so I just threw that equipment piece into the bin immediately. I did that to try to save him, and all I did was cause myself pain. Well, welcome to Misplay Central. Population all of the moves I make today. Oh, this is bad. This is so bad right now. But this is what you get for your first run. Your first run's usually a bit of a disaster unless you are really careful. This is the biggest problem of all right now. We don't have enough units to keep putting people up here to protect this. So we're gonna end up taking some core damage, and there's just not really anything about it. I'm assuming I can't move him to the front. That'd be kind of silly. Let's just Valor you up a bit so you can hopefully get some work done. Let's challenge him to pull him out from behind his protector there. Because as annoying as that protector is, he's not really a big deal. He doesn't do any damage. So I'd rather just ignore him and just chew the flagellant up as much as possible. Yeah, I took a risk letting Fel take so much damage there, but Fel gains a lot of Valor that way. And so the armor should outweigh the amount of damage taken. This is just really sloppy. Oh, there's the Entropic Crystal. Great, that's what I needed right now. Is there even a point to playing you? Up there, no. Down here, maybe. Kill him. Now Fel survives. Now there's more value to putting the Spearman behind Fel. And we just Pyrogel you to make you take a bit more damage. These guys are going to get through and hit the heart cage. I'm going to cry about it, but there's not really anything to be done about it. And we're also going to have more expensive spells, which is going to be a larger problem. But I don't even need to deal with the shield guy because he can't hurt the core. He straight up deals 0 damage, so it won't matter if he makes it up to the core. Everybody else on his floor is the only one who needs to go. Now the boss is actually going to fight floor to floor, and that's going to be the bigger problem, especially with this hand. So there's one clever thing I can do here. But is it as clever as I think it is? Because he's got 15 health between his health and armor right now, so he takes 2 turns to die. if I put Valor on him, does he survive another turn? The answer is no. That would put him up to 17 on the first turn. He would only have 5 left after the second turn, and he would still die. If I put Valor on the Miser, he also doesn't live much longer, but it makes the Shield Steward survive longer to gain from the amount of attack he has. And since they're quick, they're guaranteed to get their attacks in anyway. You'll notice the amount of damage Archeon's taking is much higher now. And these two are dying, so I'm not concerned about that at all. Yes, just keep giving more Valor to Fel, so Fel can hopefully deal with the boss a bit. Play that funky music, bird boy. No attack, gets blasted, deals 2 damage to the core anyway, but that's fine. Okay. Here's where we run into an issue. Because I basically don't have a choice but to put the Valor on Fel if I use Just Cause. Because even if I put some Valor on that Spearman, he's going to die rather quickly. Actually, no, he does have 3 because of Fel's revenge buffs. So technically he could hold for a couple turns and buy Fel some time to do more damage. So maybe actually that would be worth it. Yeah, because that gives you 5, so you're gonna gain 5 shield. No, but you don't survive the first attack. You would have needed to have had armor. That was a misplay. I was right the first time. It does still buy Fel an extra turn, but that's it. And that's the end of that. We are so boned right now, it's not even funny. Like, I think genuinely the best play here is to put Firestarter on them. This starting deck is kind of meh. And maybe it's just a matter of it doesn't do anything for me, but it does not seem like a very strong starting deck. And maybe that's on purpose. Maybe your first run is meant to just be a loss. But I doubt that. Just because I'm pretty sure people even won with the starting deck of the first game before. But that involves people being better than I am, which is not hard to do. Okay, so yeah, we are getting ready for more, basically, here. Oh, okay. That explains why the design here is a bit different in some ways. Yeah. I assume this is plot from the first game, because I never actually... Actually, no, I did get a winning run of the first game, but I don't remember seeing some of this plot come into fruition. Oh, it is the same Fel. Okay. So I guess fell and became what we see now. Yeah, that was something else from the intro, is there were Titans being summoned from a gate above heaven, which is why we're breaking through heaven right now, is to get to the Titans. These freaks. Angels and demons working together. Mass hysteria. Unlock or Pyre Hearts to progress the story. Unlock criteria can be viewed from the departure station when starting a standard run. There's a lot more going on here at the beginning of a run compared to the first game. You can even customize the train. That. There's a lot to do to get to those, though. Yeah, your Covenant rank is basically just the experience you gain by playing the game, unless they've changed that as well. Look at this. It really does just look very cool right off the top. Run. We don't want to do any Covenant ranks yet because we're already... Oh wait, no, I won't advance Covenant rank. So yeah, we'll just play Covenant rank 1 then. So we have Banished, Pyroborn, Luna Coven, Under Legion, and Lazarus League. So yeah, there is actually all new ones then. That's somewhat a shame. It would have been nice to see the old ones come back. Ooh, we actually have different Pyro Hearts though. That could be fun. Yeah, starting with Fel as our champion, we get Just Cause and Firestarter. If we flip our clans around, we have a different leader here, or Lord Phoenix, and we start with Firestarter. Oh yeah, duh, because we still have the same 2 leaders no matter which pairing we have here. Because we don't have other leaders, I guess. I believe there were other leader options for the clans in the first game, if I'm remembering right. This is why I should have played the first game again for a little bit before doing this, because I don't remember the first game that well anymore, just to put it bluntly. But this is fine having both of these. I'm curious to see how Lord Phoenix plays compared to Fel. And of course we can have 3 mutators, though as you can see they don't count for card mastery, Covenant rank, or victory tracking, because these can make the game way easier or way harder. Like, all of your units take up more space, for example, or all your spells are cheaper, or double stacks of all status effects. You can see how those would make very significant changes, or every friendly unit's quick, so you always get turn order priority. Some of these are ridiculous. Most of those are the same from the first game. I believe you ordinarily had to unlock the ability to apply mutators by playing. But either way, off we go to try again and see if we can do better this time. Our random starting cards are Hothead, some challenges, and some lava flows. And you also get different bosses as you proceed. So we may have better results because they play nicer with our startup. Also, I think we didn't have these before, or I end up skipping them like a fool. Versatile Ember Staff. When you play 3 different kinds of cards in a turn, draw 1 card and gain 1 Ember. When you play a spell, spells in hand that cost less are reduced to 0 for the turn. So basically, play expensive spell, everything else is free. I'm gonna take the Versatile Ember Staff though for the moment. And our first champion upgrade. Okay, he has Phoenix Fire. Every 3 turns, he deals damage equal to his attack. Apply 4 Pyrogel to enemy units. And whenever a unit gains Pyrogel, it gains an additional stack. Or on Conjure, basically every time his ability goes off, he will give us 1 Dragon Horde. I think I'm going to take the Pyrogel effect here, even though I want to see what Dragon Horde does. That just gives him much better stats as well. You gotta be careful though, because you can affect your champion's spacing, the amount of space your champion takes up in ways that make them significantly harder to play, depending on how you take your upgrades. Undergo trials for greater risk and reward. Activating the trial will make this battle much more difficult, but you will earn an extra reward if you win. This is actually how any run other than the starting run actually can be much easier. Because especially early on, the trials really aren't too bad, but they make you a lot stronger because you can get more rewards. Like in this case, we draw 1 less card, but we get 75 more gold at the end of the fight. I can take that trial. It'll be fine. We may take a little pyre damage, but the extra money will be worth it. Okay, Phoenix takes up 3 spaces. Hotheads have 20 health and take up 2. So we can't fit Phoenix and a Shield Steward on the same floor. But we have enough Ember to play all of these, so we're gonna do this. Phoenix will be up there at the 3rd floor, and the Hothead will be backing this guy up here on the 1st floor. Well, Hex. your Get Demon is much more fitting today than usual. Oh, on this channel. Well, because we are leading an army of angels and demons. But thank you for the raid, and what were you up to today? Hopefully you had a good time. Oh, there's an undo button. Huh, nah. Oh, right, I did see you were playing Monster Hunter. Glad you had a good time, and Monster Hunter's always fun. You summoned a unit with an activated ability. Click the unit to activate its ability. Abilities go on cooldown for a few turns after use. Okay, so it's not automatic cooldown. I choose when to activate it. Okay. This is our second run, by the way. We just finished failing the starter run because we just had a lot of misfortune and not great starting options. So hopefully this run will go better. We'll go ahead and apply some Pyre Gel for fun. Okay, that Forsaken's just a one-hit point attacker. He's not really got anything special going on. We'll just keep pouring more Pyre Gel on them because it makes them take more damage from everything. Go ahead and slap some Valor on you so you are more durable. Do I want to Fire Breathe right now? I mean, it would apply to the Pyre Gel effect, so it'd be 13 each attack. That wouldn't set him up to die, but it would make it a lot easier for the solo Shield Steward here to get rid of him, so sure. Oh, it got rid of... Oh, right, it is both... Yeah, it's to all enemy units on that floor twice. That's actually really good. And we'll hold on to Phoenix's ability because he has no targets. Oh yeah, these guys are also a concept. They're basically treasure goblins. They'll appear on a random floor, and if you can't get rid of them, they run away. But if we can kill them, we get 50 gold. What do you know? I have something that deals 1 damage. Die. So free 50 gold for us. We'll put this Spear Steward behind him right there. And these guys are a non-issue, really. I'm gonna go ahead and... actually, no, we're not gonna pop any of them. We're just gonna put more Valor on this guy so he keeps generating more armor. Yeah, basically, as y'all can see, it's just a simple old deck building card game with 3 floors to protect for anybody that came in from the raid. That's the basic idea we're working with here. Angels and demons have gathered together because the angels, in their infinite wisdom, summoned titans from beyond that are kind of a problem. As the angels were trying to get rid of the demons once and for all, and kind of went a little overboard in the process. You know, as you do. Let's go ahead and put some Valor on Phoenix here as well, so he starts building up some armor. And... I mean, I've got the extra card. Die. There we go. Boss is here. Let's see. I could just Firestarter these 2 guys away, so they don't eat up damage. Now he'll take more damage. You still die in 3 turns. We can Fire Breathe right off the top, so that'll help. This is only going to make him take extra damage once, though. So I don't think I do that. If I apply 2 Valor to you, you gain 8 shield every combat, which means actually he can't kill you. Except somehow he can? Oh, right. That's why Valor doesn't apply per round of combat. Combat has to fully end, so that doesn't work the way I thought it did. That's where part of our problem was, almost certainly, then. Yeah, it does say on it when combat ends. Yeah. For some reason, I thought it would apply every round of combat, not just after combat entirely. It's fine. Let's see. Yeah, probably just better off to apply a bunch of Pyre Gel to him, and then give you 1 Valor so you deal a little more damage. You would think it'd be better to put the Valor on the Spearman because he's in the back, but it would advance him to the front, so it would get him killed sooner, which actually reduces our overall damage. Go ahead and fire off a Phoenix Fire. So we're gonna win this fight now, which is grand and glorious and good for us. Let's twist the knife a bit and throw some melee weakness on him and Valor up Phoenix a bit. There we go. This is already a bit better. Yeah, we get a trial bonus towards our score, but the score doesn't matter aside from increasing your Covenant level. Flicker, Alchemy, or Golden Touch? Well, if I was going to choose between Alchemy and Golden Touch, I would take Golden Touch because it's cheaper and deals damage. So this would work after 4 uses. It just would take an entire turn's Ember is the problem. Take that. Ooh, apply 2 Valor and 1 damage shield. So the next damage they take would be disregarded. That's pretty nifty. Challenge we already have a bunch of copies of, so we don't need more copies of that. Divinity is an idea. 10 Valor is actually very good, though that is, again, an entire turn, but so is Benediction. And I think Divinity would be the better choice of the two. Actually, no, this is 2 friendly units, though. So that would be the entire floor gains Valor and damage shield. So now Benediction is better, I think. I think they could situationally be better one way or the other. We went for a Pyroborn unit the one time we did get a unit last time. So let's see about banished units this time. Firebrand's pretty good. 1530, gain 2 Valor every time they're hit. Demonic Fledgling, every time they attack, they gain Valor, and when they move, they gain Rage. Rage makes them deal more damage. So that's also pretty good, but they're a little flimsy. They're nice and cheap, though. I'm gonna take the Firebrand. This will be another good blocker for a floor. Hold over. Oh, so you just put it back on the top of the deck. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And we got money. Spell Chain. Okay, so that lets me play a spell again. I want Spell Chain, then. So what we can do is Spell Chain the Lava Flow so we can just double up on Pyrogelling things. 20 magic power and consume. Would have been great if we took Flicker, because then I could make Flicker do 21 damage once per battle, basically, which would be incredible. As it stands, though, we can make Golden Touch a one-shot. And I think that'll work, because that pretty much guarantees it getting the Slay effect off. It's going to slow down the Dragon Horde a little bit, but I think it'll be worth it overall. And we can throw the Ember Stone on Benediction, yeah. Make it cheaper to use, so it's not an immediate entire turn use. Thanks, bud. Off we go. Enemy units enter with 1 Titan skin, so they take 1 less damage, and we get 75 gold. Sure, we can do that. They got Savage Spearmen and Lurking Miscreants. If a Lurking Miscreant survives combat, they add a Chime of Despair to the top of my draw pile, which is annoying, but we can work around that. This is a solid hand. So we'll do the same thing again. Phoenix will hang out up here. We'll put Firebrand on the first floor. The thing is, I can't afford the Hothead if I'm going to put any Shield Stewards down. And realistically, I would only end up putting 1 Shield Steward down on this floor, probably. Because they can fit on the same floor as the Firebrand, but it would remove their Valor gain by putting the Shield Steward in front of them, so I wouldn't really want to do that. The Hothead does have enough health to stand on his own. And I think these just go into the discard pile after deployment anyway, so we should be able to get them to come back up later. So we'll go ahead and put the Hothead on his own up here. This does mean I can't just fire starter the lurking miscreants away. That's the one downside to what I've done here. Like, I would have to hit them twice, basically, to remove them. And out of an interest in getting rid of the thing before they hit me with it, I'm going to do that. Even though that's horrifically inefficient. We'll go ahead and put a spear steward behind you. Used to be that you just had train stewards as your basic starting unit, and they were just like one type instead of two types. So that's an interesting one. Oh, he didn't get Titan skin. That's a real shame for him. Perish. Valor and damage shield for this floor. I think I'd be happier playing the shield steward. Because now we have our full setup on this floor. And then we hit this guy back here with a challenge, so he gets killed. It means this guy gets up there with more health, but that's okay. Oh, that's perfect timing with the golden touch, actually. You perish. And now we use Phoenix Fire. Okay, I can't actually fire it to a different floor. I wanted to test that. We still didn't know one way or the other whether that worked. I can't fit the Shield Steward up here in front of Lord Phoenix, or I would do that in a heartbeat. Let's see. You could do with some Valor. Because you'll survive this combat, and the Valor will give you a little more cushion for the next fight that you get into. And I could have blasted the guy behind him. And that might have been a better idea, actually. But I'm trying to save the blasts. Fire Gel. Fire Gel again. Fire Gel a third time. Delete you. Challenge you. Spear Steward behind you. That'll work out pretty good, I think. I could flambe the guy back there. Or I blast the one in front. Yes, because now they both die. And then they don't get up there to hit the heart cage. I like that idea, actually, a lot. Down here's unfortunately gonna be in shambles, but that's expected. And we did take off half his health, so we're actually sitting pretty well, despite them having the damage reduction. Because we just so easily overwhelm the damage reduction with Pyre Gel. Case in point, we just make him take exponentially more and more damage. And yeah, we win this one handily as well. See, sometimes all it takes is just a slightly different start and your gameplay changes drastically. Because sometimes it just has to be something that works with you, instead of you having to figure out how to work with something. And, you know, some of it's also me learning how to use the tools available a bit, too. Let's see. Lava Armor, Lava Flow, and Flicker. 10 extra health and apply 3 Pyro Gel to whatever attacks you is pretty fun. It only costs 1 as well, so we'll take that. The Upbeat Warbler's pretty good. Divinity we've talked about, Windblade we've talked about. Yeah, I'll take the Warbler. The Pyroborn clan can earn Dragon's Hoard. Rewards grow as you collect more. You can loot it now or save it for later. You can collect at any time from the map. Okay, so right now it's just 10 gold. Okay, so you can actually see what the reward tiers are going to be. And you have to increase the maximum to get more. Okay. Makes sense that the Pyreborn would be the only ones getting Dragon's Horde because they're the dragons. They probably are the only ones with cards that actually interact with that mechanic, too. We don't actually need the Pyre Remains this time. We can get an extra unit and upgrade our spells some more. Unit we get Greed Dragon and another Hothead. Ooh, the more Dragon Horde you have, he summons at +10/+10 in each. Yeah, you know what? I'm down for that. We can also hit our Celestial Alcove for the run. What do we get? It's a dog. The legendary dog made of bone bounces towards you, its bone tail rattling together in an excited wag. An elusive creature that can cross dimensions as easily as he can catch a cursed stick. You are blessed by his appearance. Yep. However, life as mythical, adorable puppy is a lonely one, and the dog made of bone's tail droops, and his little bony expression seems sad. Will you stop for the bone dog and give him some kindness? We could adopt him and have him as a permanent unit we can get, which after we defeat a boss, our Pyre permanently gains 10 health, so that's actually really good. But I presume he has to be on the field when a boss is defeated. He's only an 8/3, so he's at high risk. Bone Dog's Pendant. The first time the Pyre reaches 0 health, restore the Pyre to 25% health. Oh, this can only trigger once. We will pet the dog. We will not bring the dog with us right now. You pet the Bone Dog. His expression lightens and places a gift in your palm. That's right, folks. You can, in fact, pet the dog. Power Stone for 10 more magic power. Cost 2 less and gain consume. Heal your Pyre equal to the spell's cost. Or double stack. Well, we're definitely taking the +10 magic power, because why wouldn't I? Again, really great time to have had Flicker, because it would do 11 for 0, but it's okay. We'll do 11 for 1 instead. Double stack, we will do this one, because it'll do 4 Valor, 2 damage shield, which is crazy good. And I don't care that much about the Smolder Stone, because it would have been the same spell that I would have applied it to. And you can only apply 2 upgrades to any individual card. I could reroll to see if I can get a cheap upgrade here, but we'll just hang on to our money. It's Archeon again. Okay. You'll notice we couldn't get a trial for this fight. The more significant bosses don't really let you take trials to get more money from them or anything. Okay, so we'll do more or less the same thing again, except instead of the Hothead, we'll put the Greed Dragon here because he's stronger. He's just got his pile of horde eggs right there. There's the lava armor. Oh, we can actually pop out the shield steward straight away. The only place to put it would be with the firebrand, though. And I think I'd rather give the firebrand the lava armor and have them pyre gelling anything that hits them. I like that idea. You two are gonna fight. You'll be okay. Yeah, that is the one downside to putting the Greed Dragon there, is I can't put the Shield Steward there like I would with the Hothead. I do want that Ominous Acolyte gone. So I think in this particular case, we Firestarter that one, and we're actually gonna pull the little guy to the front with the challenge. Just so we can get rid of him. And we'll let the Greed Dragon deal with the stronger opponent. Oh, we got a Flagellant in play already. The Upbeat Warbler could be very helpful. We'll put him behind the Greed Dragon? That does leave him with only 1 space, though. We could put him here instead. Or up here. We don't really have anything other than the Warbler that takes up only 1 space, so I'm going to put him here so we can get a Spear Steward in here as well later. Let's see. Go ahead and get your Valor up, because you have 2 opponents here, and I don't really fancy your odds with that situation too heavily. And I'd rather you deal more damage to that champion. This is going to be cleaned out just fine, so this works perfectly. because he gains more valor, which then gives him more shield. Since the boss is down here, we're gonna just pyre gel the hell out of him and get his friends as a convenient consequence. And there's the Spear Steward I was hoping to get, so that works out perfectly. All according to my cunning scheme. Let's see, you just clear him out. In fact, just delete him. Don't take the damage. Yeah, you'll handle that because he'll take the hit, take extra damage from Pyrogel, then he'll kill himself with Resolve. And this guy just exists, and he'll be taken care of later. Let's see. Go ahead and just give you extra Valor again. And for fun, we'll flip these two around. It'll end up meaning that this one takes more damage. Zone Resolve effect takes him out of the fight. Yeah, just give me all that revenge boost. That's perfect. We got a shield guy in play. I might try to get rid of him with magic if I can. Ooh. This is actually a really complicated hand to use, actually. Because I've got a lot of options. Benediction would be huge for this floor. The Hothead would be incredibly good for either of these two floors, just to have another decent body. The alternative being playing a Spear Steward behind one of these two. Yeah, I think it's Spear Steward and Benediction, or Firestarter and Benediction. Is the 11 damage Firestarter is pretty helpful. At the very least, we're guaranteed to put Benediction down here. That's just a given. Since you're facing off against the boss up here, I do think putting the Spear Steward behind you is the better call. It is unfortunate that Lord Phoenix is going to get kind of low on health before we even get to fighting the boss. But if I do this the way I want to, we're not even going to have to worry about fighting the boss that much. And this way, we get the extra hit at the boss there. And the damage shield just deletes the spike damage, which is actually kind of a waste of the protection. It does still mean, at the end of the day, more shield for the Firebrand. There's Golden Touch. There's not really anything I can valuably delete with Golden Touch, though. Like, obviously I want the Dragon Horde, but the only thing I could kill with it would be a 2-health enemy. It'd be kind of wasteful to spend 2 Ember killing a 2-health dude. I think instead I'm going to buff up our Greed Dragon here. And we're gonna do the same bit we did before, issue a challenge to this guy, just so we get rid of him. Massively reduce the damage being dealt out. Yeah, that extra armor should keep the Greed Dragon in for a little bit longer, which is the important part. Is this turn the boss comes in, so we need to be a little bit mindful of staying ahead of the game here. Oh, he's gonna die on this floor because of how much valor the Firebrand is built up. So that's not really an issue, apparently. In fact, we can make him die faster. So I think I've got a good thing going here. In fact, go ahead and hit him with a challenge as well, because none of the other floors matter. Everything up here is just dying. In fact, bang. Part of the reason we're winning down here so handily, other than the amount of power the Firebrand has, Oh, hey, we got an achievement for dealing at least 100 damage in one hit, by the way, there, because the Firebrand hit the melee weakness and did double. But yeah, the quickness is part of why that went so smoothly that time. Because we basically just kept going first every time. Ooh. 3 times X Valor, so no, whatever I spend times 3 is applied as Valor. That's pretty nice. Double the Pyrogel is a fun idea. I don't think I want Sanctuary. Even though it is apply damage shield 2 to friendly units, we can do that cheaper with Benediction. I think Spike of the Banished is the best choice for me out of that set. Every time the Divine Dancer moves, she applies 5 armor to friendly units. Steadfast Crusader has Slam, 5 attack and 30 health. What does Slam do? Deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to this unit's current health and armor. Okay, that's pretty good. And of course, Gold Tooth, Avarice 5, gain money equal to the unblocked damage. Oh, equal to the stacks of Avarice, rather. 15 attack per 100 gold you started the turn with. So that's pretty nifty, too. Like, all of these are really good. Unfortunately, Gold Tooth is the most expensive one, and we are currently having a pricing issue. So I'm going to take the Steadfast Crusader. And this is where things are going to start getting better for us, is you get a major enhancement to your train every time you beat one of the significant bosses. So you can get more Ember to play, more Deployment Ember, more importantly. Your Pyre gains 30 attack and 20 health. You'll get the 30 attack and 20 health every time. You get an extra card draw or 2 more space on every floor. The extra capacity could actually be incredible too, but I usually take the extra Ember because I like my expensive cards a lot. Limbo Solus, I think, is the one I take the least. So we'll take Hell's Flame. We are still only at level 1, so we're not spending that yet. Unless we're like 10 gold short somewhere. Ooh, there's a Celestial Alcove on this side. And we'll still get the Light Forge either way, it looks like, since it's lit up on both sides. We can get another 100 gold, get random artifacts, and get a event, essentially. Or we can get Pyre Health, a unit, make our units better, and upgrade. I think going this way is just better, even though upgrading our units would be nice and getting another unit would be nice. We're kind of decently stocked on units right now. Get our champion upgrade. Can add extra stacks of Pyrogel and be 30-40, or he can gain 1 attack permanently every time he slays an enemy and be a 25-35 instead. The thing is, when they say permanently, do they mean permanently for that combat, or do they mean permanently? Because if it's permanently, that's incredible. And I may start putting Phoenix at the bottom floor so he gets more kills. Let's find out. Grab our free money, grab our Alcove event. In all its mystery, the rail leads you to a cavern with glowing shards, broken up from a much larger crystal. You sense a small sliver of the last divinity's magic within these fragments, still brimming with power long after its death. The pyre lights a flame, hungry to take on the power of these divine shards as its own. Which divine shard do you take for your pyre? Heal the pyre to full health, gain divine shard of 25 extra health, or lower the pyre to 1 health, and friendly units get 5 attack, 12 health. I'm gonna take the risk of the unstable shard. You hear a terrible rumble. The pyre quakes. It is done. This cave was in the first game as well. I think it had different effects, though. I think it had, like, one other different effect compared to that version of it. Now our artifacts. On deployment phase, draw an equipment card from your deck, reduce its cost to 0. Dragons apply 5 Pyrogel on strike. When an angel moves, it gains 2 Valor. All of those are really nice, actually. But I'm gonna take the Pyrogel on strike, and we're gonna reroll and see if I can get something cooler. Merchant costs are reduced by 25. I assume that counts right now. When a friendly unit gains Valor, it gains an additional stack. That's ridiculous for our Firebrand, but it would only be good for the Firebrand. Or deal 3 piercing damage whenever an enemy moves between floors. That could be incredible for all those weak enemies we keep having running around all over the place. What I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to take the guild marker and see if it actually makes things cheap enough for me to grab another one. Not quite. I didn't do the math on what 25% was going to be. I easily could have, but I decided to wing it. But I think that'll help me more in the future, even though Celestial Cascade would be incredibly powerful for one unit. And off we go to another battle. We got Corin the Judge. Relentless summon, and when they summon, send all friendly units to this floor and retreat. Huh. That's an interesting one. So, when they are played, they move all friendly units to that floor and retreat. I assume retreat means that they leave? Which is a little weird. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to play. 11 attack and 850 health. We got Ravenous Zealots with Multi-Strike 1, Harvest 1, and whenever a unit on the floor dies, they gain 1 attack. They start with 3 attack and 140 health. So they could get scary. They probably need to be dealt with pretty quick. That's the big guys down there. The Profane Supplicant. Resolve adds a Discordant Toll to the top of your deck. So if I don't play the Discordant Toll, a Pyre takes 3 damage. So those need to die immediately right now because we only have 1 health. And I'm not giving everything Titan Skin 4, damn. Nope. Not with my Pyre only having 1 hit point. That would be asking for instant failure. So, since we have the Slay effect, we're gonna go ahead and put Phoenix down here on the first floor. Firebrand will take up the second floor. We'll put the Steadfast Crusader in front of Phoenix. Greed Dragon will take up the third floor, basically taking Phoenix's place. And we'll go ahead and put a Shield Steward behind the Firebrand. This way, if the Firebrand is almost dead, we can use one of our advanced cards to swap the Shield Steward in front of the Firebrand. This does, however, mean all of our floors are full other than the one with the Greed Dragon, where I'll probably put Hothead if we draw him later, basically. Or put a Spear Steward there. Oh, there's also Fallen Executioners with a ton of hit points, huh? Okay. That's a thing, I guess. Go ahead and Lava Flow you so I can delete this guy immediately. Ephemeral. It does purge when discarded or at end of turn, so I guess I'm just burning both Lava Flows on this guy immediately, which is not really what I wanted to do, but it'll be okay. Go ahead and give you some Valor, give you some starting Valor. And I got the Ember left, so challenge him as well. I probably should have used at least one of our abilities there, but yeah, that's what I was kind of figuring, is it would be a better idea to save or at least our attack spell ability, basically, for getting rid of that problem. This guy is going to still be alive, and I hate that for him. Oh, right, I didn't leave room for the Warbler anywhere. The Warbler's not going to get to play, because the Hothead's a better call to have up here with the Greed Dragon, I think. Actually, no, Greed Dragon having Quick means 35 damage before anything else attacks. So that actually could be better than having the Hothead dealing his Fire Breath out. Put it every occasion there, yeah. This guy's got an asinine amount of armor. Adamant Shield Bearer. Incant triggers when you play a spell on this floor. Apply 2 sap to your units. Which sap takes away 2 attack. So I can't really throw spells at him, or he's going to just make us weaker. Which, in the case of the spells I have, is going to balance out whatever I do. So we just don't even do anything here, I think. Now, over here, there's stuff we can do, though. Like, making sure that guy dies. And we'll go ahead and just give the Firebrand more Valor, and, well... Just waste this card because I'm not gonna sap myself just to put 2 Pyrogel on somebody. And besides, the Birdman there doesn't have any attacks, so he's not a huge issue. He just moves the Executioner along is the part where he becomes a problem. Yeah, we have enough for it, so I'm just gonna Golden Touch. Actually, I could just Golden Touch that guy away. I was gonna use it to delete the little guy there. We can Pyrogel here. Unfortunately, this means I'm not gonna be playing the Lava Armor, but what we do with that is then hit him, and now they're both gone. When he goes up to the next floor, we'll deal with him. Because he's already going to be weakened. Thing is, we got quite a few waves left here. Oh, that's what my hand looks like, huh? There's something incredibly sad about this hand. Mostly the fact that we don't have a good solution to the Profane Supplicant. Actually, we do. We call him to the front, he dies, and then we apply 9 Valor to the Greed Dragon up here. We are going to take a Heart Cage hit, which means we lose, actually. So I forgot our Heart Cage had 1 hit point. Well, fuck me, I guess. I miscalculated, and that's all it's gonna take for us to lose. Because unfortunately, that happens immediately. Oh, wait! I forgot! We have the dog collar. We're fine. The 1 damage gets replaced with 25 health. And nothing bad happened. Oh, it's so easy to forget things like that, isn't it? Ooh, I wish I could say I played that up for the bit, but no, I genuinely forgot that I had that item. Yeah, we still have the 1 sap on us, which is a little sad, but it's okay. Go ahead and keep boosting your Valor so that hopefully we can protect in case the boss comes up that far. Yeah, the sap won't be enough to account for this. Go ahead and melee weakness him so he dies. Okay, retreat just means he goes to the back of the set. Okay, that makes sense. And there was no friendly units for him to pull down, so he only has the 2 supplicants. So they just die straight away. Perfect. Back to Phoenix Fire. Just blast that one away straight away. In fact, we could just remove all of them straight up. So let's just go ahead and do that then. Give it a free slam. Okay, since Phoenix got that kill, we'll see if his card still says 36 after this fight. That'll tell me whether that slay bonus is permanent, or for this fight permanent. It would logically only be for this fight permanent, but it'd be pretty funny if it was just across the entire run permanent. I've said the word permanent a lot, and now the permanence of the word permanent is fading in my brain. Here, you know what? For fun, have some lava armor, and some valor, and some valor, and I challenge thee to a duel. Die. This firebrand is, like, carrying the run, honestly. Just a basic unit, but it's so potent. Stuck up well. Ability expensive taste. Cooldown 3, apply avarice 2 to friendly units. Ooh. I like that idea. Just gets me free money. He is kind of pathetic, but he is only a 1-tile unit, so actually that can work. Resolve, reduce their cooldown by 1 with the Mind Cage, and they get 4/4 as a bonus from it. Not bad. Greed, deal 20 damage to all units. Anything that dies gives you 10 gold. The problem with that is it's 20 damage to all, which includes yours. So I don't know if I'm into that one. It's one of these two, I think. And I think, like I was talking about before, we have quite a few units. Like, we had a handful of units just chilling there at the end of that one. So I'll take the Mind Cage. Lead Songbird. Valor on friendly units adds +1 attack per stack. Or the Punk Shredder. Enchant and grant trample. Ooh. That's tempting. Is everybody on the floor having trample other than him? With some of the high attack units we have is crazy. Trample, for those not familiar, means they have piercing damage. They'll deal their damage to anything behind the thing they killed. Well, not even when they... Yeah, it would have to be killed because it'd be excess damage. Or we could take Demonize, knock an enemy down a floor or into the back of that floor and apply 2 melee weakness. The Punk Shredder is definitely the choice. And now we would gain 25 gold if I looted my Dragon Horde. We'll save it for now. We can loot it on this floor if we end up needing the money. Let's see, we got an Empyrean Well, which will duplicate anything other than our champion. We get a free equipment or room card, or we can buy random equipment and rooms and improve them. Or we get more artifacts, we can remove some cards, and get an event again. Let's go to the right here. I want that armory. Glass Cannon. If this unit loses health, it dies, but it's got 50 extra attack. That's pretty funny. The Meat Shield Resolve gain in 10 health. So after every combat, they get 10 health back, and they gain 15 health from the Meat Shield. That's actually really good. And the Shield of Wing. In Revenge, deal damage to the attacker equal to this unit's health, and it gives 10 more health. I'm gonna take the Meat Shield, even though the Shield of Wing does very similar and is usually more up my alley. We'll duplicate a card after I'm done doing my shopping. I could still buy the Shield of Wing, it's just right here. Hall of Mirrors, though. Oh, but there's 2 less room in the room. But it creates a copy of friendly units on summon. So does that mean you can go over the limit? You don't know either, I understand. I am buying that Fight Club, though. 15 extra attack for all friendly units in the room is too good to pass up. Combining 2 equipment cards could actually be wild here. Let's combine the Meat Shield and the Lava Armor. Okay, so it just does everything that an equipment did and costs more. Let's not do that then. Let's not merge things. The fact that it costs more is what's turning me away from that idea at the moment. And as tempted as I am by the Hall of Mirrors, I'm gonna reroll. Ooh. These are also really cool. Zone of Silence. Grant silence to non-boss enemy units on that floor, so no triggers, no abilities. And I definitely want the Everlasting Light. Every attack applies 2 Valor to everything on the floor with him. That's friendly, anyway. So that's a winner. Zone of Silence is tempting, but it is kind of expensive. No, I think I'm just gonna save my money. I think we've done enough damage there. Now, what do I want to duplicate? That's the better question. I could duplicate the Fight Club, so I can make 2 floors have boosted attack. Duplicate the Firebrand, because the Firebrand's been carrying the game for us. Give more than 1 floor quick. That could be fun. Get an extra Meat Shield? Maybe. Because actually, if I have an extra Meat Shield, then I could combine one with something else and feel more comfortable. Now, I think I'll duplicate the Fight Club so we can actually have more This way we have a room for every floor, basically, is the idea. Wait, do I have a room for every floor, or do I only have the fight clubs? Yeah, no, I only have the fight clubs. I forgot I didn't buy the other room I was looking at. I could buy it still. I could turn around and go buy it, but nah. We'll hang on to some money. That way the Greed Dragon is stronger. Non-boss enemies restore 150 health when they move up a floor. That could be nasty. Unholy alliances. Savage attackers protected by Dominion support means you'll need to be aggressive to win. So we got Malevolent Hunter, who has haste, moves him directly from first floor to third. And he's got 5 attack, 2 health. He's not too scary. The Harpist Protector. Enchant grants enemy units Titan Skin 5. That's disgusting. And of course, the Undying one. Relentless, Reanimate 8, Resolve, Gain Reanimate 6. Reanimate. When a unit with Reanimate is killed, it will be revived with 1 health and lose 1 stack of Reanimate. So he just keeps getting back up. And if you let him resolve too many times, he just keeps on coming back. He's just a nuisance that way. I think we can get away with Heaven's Seal. It's gonna get a little spicy, but I think we can do it. If I'm wrong, well, the run ends here. We did not keep the attack bonus, it looks like. So let's see. I think we do basically the same thing again. The Greed Dragon did fine by himself up here. Firebrand, of course, works just fine there. Lord Phoenix goes on the first floor to get slay bonuses. The only question is the follow-up here. And I think we do more or less the same thing again, yeah. We put the Steadfast Crusader in front of Phoenix there and put the Shield Steward behind the Firebrand there. Oh, they get the Executioners, huh? Ew. Well, that's upsetting. Yeah, both these floors don't have any room, so the Warbler has to go here. Just like he did before. Let's get rid of the Titan Skin. That's a given. Put the Meat Shield on, well, our Meat Shield, the Crusader here. I could have put the Meat Shield on the Firebrand so that they basically become immortal, but I feel like this is the better choice. Not necessarily better because it's mechanically stronger, but because it's a little more fair. And we'll go ahead and get rid of the fast guy. There we go. Thinking about it, I could have just Phoenixed him, and then I could have put the Pyre or Charge on the other guy, but these guys showed up now, so I think I made the right choice. We'll go ahead and put the first Fight Club down here. We could play Benediction down here as well. It's a little early to be Benedictioning, is the only problem with that thought. But I don't think we'll have the chance for it to come back around again. So we'll go ahead and do it. And we'll just apply some more Valor to him. Phoenix Fire, blast that guy. The other one's gonna rush up to the top and encounter all kinds of horrible things he's not gonna enjoy dealing with. Though he is gonna have a friend up there with him in the form of that Executioner, which I did not fully think through, but it'll be okay. Yeah, the Executioners are really bad for the fact that they're healing to full every floor. I was gonna put the Fight Club here, but I think I need to put the Fight Club up here. Put the Punk Shredder back there, so we have Trample. I'm gonna have to challenge this guy just so he doesn't get through free and clear. Oh yeah, I played 3 cards, so now I got my other challenge out. So we're gonna challenge that guy so he dies. And we're gonna put the Lava Armor on you again. Thing is, a lot of these Executioners are getting off scot-free. The good news about challenging him is, since we have Trample, he gets crushed, 2 damage gets taken off, and then everything splashes on that guy. So that's not really a huge issue. This floor is a miserable bitch. Actually, yeah, slam him. Now we don't waste the damage. Perfect. Nice and neat and tidy. I'm still working on the whole remembering abilities that exist thing. The Titan skin down here is still a problem. But thankfully we had a damage shield that kind of made that more or less the same for either side. Ooh, Everlasting Light. I mean, that is true. We did more or less put into effect the fact that Heaven went crazy. But they also chose to go crazy to deal with Hell. It's the classic, you decided to descend to the level of your enemy in order to defeat your enemy. It's not really your enemy's fault entirely that you descended to that. Now, what floor do I want to have gaining Valor every strike? They're consistently clearing the Executioners when they get up here. So I'm not super concerned about that, but the double Executioner floor that's coming up is an issue. I'm gonna do a funny here, though, to get rid of the Titan skin. We're actually gonna Valor their Protector to move them to the front. You two are doing just fine as you are between the Meat Shield and just pure power, so I don't think you need the Valor. You're already gaining Valor, and it's just a Shield Steward behind you, so you know what? Yeah. Even though it's probably overkill, this is the last call before the hard cage, so this is necessary to be good. And the trample means that excessive damage is actually a positive up there. Technically, we're already past the gates of heaven since we're in the first layer of heaven. So their argument about we'll never make it doesn't make sense. And these guys up here are going to be a problem. They are pyro-gelled up, but it's still not great. So let's see. I could just apply 12 more power to this guy. The Greed Dragon. And then he crushes through a little bit better. But the thing is, we're still gonna have that second Executioner make it up here anyway. And at 75 a hit, he will die after he gets his second attack off. The Flyer's only gonna get one attack. But we can freely just delete him. So let's just delete him and make him a non-concept. Considering we get 9 Valor out of the Spike of the Banished, I think it is more valuable to me to directly attack here, because that'll weaken the next guy. And it'll mean our Pyre takes a little less damage. Well, actually, it won't take any different damage at all because it will still be 2 attacks to kill him. So it still stings, but the Pyre survives. Okay. You go ahead and blast the Protector. That's pretty much a given. Up here... the cooldown reduction doesn't help up here at all. And this is already resolved. We don't even need to touch this. Go ahead and put the Mind Cage on... Phoenix? No. Neither of you... oh yeah, you can only have one equipment, so it's not worth putting it on you because you lose the Meat Shield. But the 4 more health might actually make a difference. Yeah, he goes up in how much damage he's taking. Let's just Firestarter him a bunch. Slam him. Okay, he's basically gonna be set up for failure when he goes up to the next floor. His bosses don't heal, so that's a non-issue as well. Now we just go back and forth for a minute here. Oh right, he still had the 2 damage shields because nothing had gotten past the angel. He's gonna have a lot of reanimate is gonna be the thing that sucks, but he's just going to die. Wait, no, apparently he's not gonna die? And these two are? The fuck? Use sacrificial lamb for the firebrand here. Like, I see the problem here. He's just gonna keep reanimating over and over again. And no matter how much damage we do, it's gonna be a matter of hitting him that many times, and then he gains another set of reanimate. Oh, this guy is a pain in my ass. We might actually be up the creek without a paddle here because of the fact that he keeps just getting more and more reanimate, actually. I fucked up. That really sucks. The reanimate mechanic is kind of shit. Yeah, the Valor doesn't matter here. Nothing I can play matters here. That's the shitty part. He's at 1 health. That sucks so bad. There must have been a misplay somewhere. Because I don't think it was the greed over the Unholy Alliance. Oh, wait, the Bone Dog's pendant recharged, though. So I don't think we lose. Well, no, I think we still do lose. You'll understand why I say that in a minute. We do this. Does that matter? The answer is I don't think so. Because if we move the bird to the front, he dies immediately. But we keep the Greed Dragon in play another turn. The thing of it is, this guy's got 1 hit point, so every hit is killing him. So it doesn't matter who dies first. No matter who dies first, we're not gaining additional turns hitting him. This is why it sucks. Is it basically just is X amount of hits against him. You actually almost need multi-strike just to kill this thing more effectively. We needed to have killed him the first floor, I think. Because I underestimated just how out of control his reanimate was gonna get. And that's my fault. Though I do think him getting 6 reanimate is ridiculous. So we're gonna gain some clan levels and get some new cards unlocked. So the Guildmonger, everything, when he extinguishes, he gains 1 Horde, 10, 30, okay. Attuned Manacles, summoning a whelp reduces cooldown of friendly units by 1. And for the Banished, we get Eagle Heart, consume, advance, apply Valor 5 to friendly unit, then it attacks immediately. Ooh. Sky Song Trumpet, it's summoning a Hymnist. This applies 5 Valor to friendly units. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think the failing point there was I just was a little too greedy. Like, obviously, we got kind of ripped off by the reanimate, but I could have prepared better for that had I looked ahead. I think we'll try, like, 1 more run if it goes decently. Might be 2 if it goes sideways. And I think I'm actually going to put the Banished back up front because I think I like Fel a little better than I like Big Phoenix. Even though Phoenix Fire Breath ability is nice, I like the multi-attack Fel has, and I want to see what Fel's upgrades look like. Because we really didn't get any upgrades for Fel last time. 2 copies of the Divinity is a little eh. Snotty Whelps, ability Jelly Sneeze. Apply a 10 Pyre Gel and deal 1 damage. Okay, and we get a Steadfast Crusader, which is pretty nice. We still keep getting Archeon. I would like a different first boss, please, game. Okay, ability Savior. Gain 5 Valor, gain armor equal to 1 times Valor. So you just get your armor immediately instead of having to wait till the end of the fight. That's actually pretty good. And it puts Fel up front. 5 times 2 is also very good. But every time Fel moves, gaining 1 Valor permanently is tempting. The Savior ability and the stat line, though, is just better. Oh, hey, there's the... Hey, remember that artifact I passed up that I said would have made a massive difference if I took it? Yeah, it's right there in front of me. Yeah, taking that. Especially since we're focusing Banished because of the order we took here. Astral of the Lost, Sap 6, Relentless. 6, he's 9, 360. Fallen Champions 460, we know that. The Ominous Acolyte, we know that. Titan Skin 1 we can handle. We've done that before. It's just -1 damage. That's not really a big deal. We, of course, have our Shield Steward still. So, Fel on the first floor and a Shield Steward. Steadfast Crusader and then a Shield Steward alone up there. That way we have floor coverage. And we'll spread some whelps out as they show up, probably. Honestly, we'll just go ahead and apply Valor 11 to Fel here. It's kind of hard to argue with applying 11 Valor to somebody. Oh, well, that's a real shame for that treasure collector there. He's just gonna get obliterated. Real shame for him. Rip Bozo. Play that. I could play another Divinity, but I want the Spear Steward in play. With the amount of Valor Fel has now, we'll go and move Fel to the front. He's, yeah, gaining health every fight now. And we're actually going to be cheeky and move their healer to the front so they die. I could have used an ability to make sure that that guy died, but it's fine. Because now we can do it if I want. Bonk. Go ahead and put the snotty boy up here. He's just doing his best. Of course, I could put a Spear Steward there, but I think the 10 Pyre Gel will be fun to have. Give you more Valor again, so you're 22 times 2. Because, you know, that's fair, fun, and balanced, right? That's great. Your 6 sap is going to be upsetting. Oh, wait, no, he has the 6 sap, though. He doesn't apply it, he just starts off slow. Because he's got so many hit points, I guess. This is going to end in him losing already, though, which is hilarious. In fact, we can make this go better for us by flipping that around. And we're going to move the healer to the front so he dies immediately. I couldn't just Firestarter the healer because they have Titan Skin. In case anybody's like, why don't you just do that? It's like, well, I would if I could. Oh, actually, I could just pop a bunch of armor off of Savior. Yeah, now the Shield Steward doesn't even die. We could also just cause again if I wanted to, but why would I? I can also just do that. Bonk, 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 bonk. Yeah, because the thing is, he doesn't do any damage, so he's just SOL. As long as you do enough damage to him, he just doesn't even stand a chance. Ta-da! Challenge, upbeat warbler, selfless sacrifice. 2 damage shield on something that gets moved to the front is pretty good. I've been taking the warbler a lot, and I feel bad about continuing to take the same thing, so I'm gonna not take the warbler this time. We'll actually try the selfless sacrifice. Wealthy Whelp, Moneymaker, earn Dragon Horde and loot it outside. Oh, so on a 3-turn cooldown, he can give me 7 gold for each Dragon Horde I have. Or we can deal 5 damage to enemy units, spend 5 gold, and repeat this card effect up to 3 more times. That's not bad, honestly. For 5 gold per repetition, that's actually ridiculous. We'll take Make It Rain. We will throw coins at our problems. Hireborn Banner and a Merchant of Steel, or a Banished Banner and a Merchant of Magic. I do want the Merchant of Steel, so we'll take the Hireborn. Even though I said we were going to focus Banished here. Ooh. Magma Cultist. Every time I cast a spell on this floor, put 1 Pyrogel on all enemy units. He does cost 2, which is kind of unfortunate, but he is only a 1-space unit, so he can be useful. I think I'll take him. Upgrade a unit with Endless. It gets put back into the draw pile when it dies, which is pretty nifty. We definitely want to make somebody quick. Things being quick is just always good. So, actually, with this lineup, maybe we don't make somebody quick, because these guys are all not gonna survive other than the Crusader or a Shield Steward, and they're not really the ones you'd want to have being quick, necessarily. So we can give somebody some health first, so I could, like, give this Spear Steward 20 more health and then make him quick. At the very least, I think giving a Spear Steward some health is a good idea, just so he stops being miserable. But what I could do... No, not you, though. Only 2 attack, Shield Steward, and then he'll have 32 attack and be quick. I think that's actually going to be pretty handy. I would have loved to have put that on a more advanced unit instead of on just my stewards. But that's a really potent steward now. Back to the deck. Is there anything I want to throw away completely in here? It's just thinking of pure spacing. I can't fit all these units in. But there are some of them that'll probably die. So I do think it's worth still having the units that I have. Yeah, I think we'll just hang on to that. And I won't worry about Endless. Okay, we're dealing with Legion this time. He's relentless and has spikes 3. At least he doesn't have reanimate like the other gooey, weird eyeball bastard we were just dealing with. So he does have 440 hit points. The March of the Supplicants again. Okay. Savage Spearmen, and there's the Lurking Miscreants. Draw 1 less card. Yeah, we can probably get away with that for the extra money. It might bite me that I did this, but we'll see. So let's see. Go ahead and put Fell down here. We'll just put a regular Shield Steward with Fell. We'll save the Super Steward for this floor. Or that's afterwards. We won't be able to get the Magma Cultist out, because I'd rather have the Crusader as a floor blocker on the 3rd floor. There we go. Real shame that you showed up with 1 hit point. Die. Let's see. Go ahead and put a Spear Steward behind you. Give you a whelp friend. It's just a little sick. And we'll go ahead and activate the Valor bonus straight away, because by the time the 3rd turn comes around, it's probably when I'm going to want that Savior ability again anyway. And this way we have some good starting Valor. Get deleted to pay me money. Now we make it rain down here. You two have abilities to use, but you can't use them because there's nothing to do with them. I'm gonna give you some Valor or to make you even stronger. And since he's pretty much guaranteed to kill most weenie basic enemies, he'll get free armor every fight, pretty much. Especially since he's the second fight. Now I can just, like, pile up a bunch of dudes on this floor. There we go. There's 4 dudes on this floor. Most of them kind of suck, but whatever goes up there is getting 10 pyre gel put on them. Well, 20 pyre gel, rather, because there's 2 of them. So they'll take 20 extra damage, and then they get slammed. I could have waited for, like, another Spear Steward or something, but this is funnier. We've basically just got these 2 and then the daycare center going on back there. This is slightly awkward. Well, may as well activate Savior again. This way you get extra Valor. We could Selfless Sacrifice here. At the very least, this guy dies. We'll go ahead and have you pop to the front for the Selfless Sacrifice. Yeah, now it takes a lot more damage. The thing is, yeah, the second damage shield gets taken up by the spikes. That's the thing I was afraid of. That's also why I have the Steward out front, is so that Fel just takes spike damage for a while instead of taking direct damage. Yeah, the spike damage is just really nasty. Divinity. Aww. Was that efficient? No, but it was funny. Thunk, thunk, thunk. Thunk. Team Daycare will handle things here. Ha-choo. Ha-choo. Get sneezed to death, nerd. Windblade is more tempting now because it does give Valor 2 instead of 1 every time you move. The lead Songbird also just gives more attack per stack of Valor. So that could combine with Fel further and just be ridiculous. But the attack of front friendly unit being dealt to all enemy units is also crazy good with some of the stupid nonsense I'm doing right now. I'm gonna take the cleave. Pyre Ball, explosive, all excess damage is applied to each enemy unit. Taking that, I have a plan, I have an idea. Oh, I can do a dirty trick with that, and I like it. It's gonna be funny. The Pyre Remains is gonna be wasteful going over here, but I do kind of want the Merchant of Arms. But I think we'll take the more productive side here. As tempted as I am by that. Greed Dragon and Guildmonger. Well, we have space problems if I take the Greed Dragon. We theoretically could fit the Guildmonger in, and it would start getting us Dragon Horde. Do I have to throw him out front and get him killed for him to give me the Dragon Horde? That is a 30 hit point absorption, though. Yeah, you know what? We'll make that do something. Actually, you could have something with Extinguish have Endless, thinking about it. Because it would die, get put back in the deck, and then you could put it out to die again. The train stops before a peculiar kind of workshop overflowing with wondrous boxes. 3 boxes stand out from the clutter, with a sign below them which reads, "It isn't the trip, it's the journey. It isn't the gift, it is the container. Respi Alculum." Do you take one of these unique boxes? Small gift box, pack 3 spells into a small gift box, which makes all 3 spells pop out when the gift box appears. Pack 3 units into the Jack-in-the-Box. Every time it resolves, it summons a boxed unit. Or we get the large mystery box, which just gives me a random card to my hand each turn. It could be anything. It could even be a boat. I'm taking the large mystery box. As you take the box in hand, the others disappear. You will never know what they might have held for you. They might have been boats too, who knows? Who can say? And let's go ahead and buff up our units a bit more. Ooh, reduce size to 1. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I could make the Crusader whittle. But I think it'll be better to make the Guildmonger smaller, so we can fit him into wherever I need him to be. We can actually try the Endless strat for him, too. Make him small and endless. He dies, gives me Dragon Horde. Gets played again, dies, gives me Dragon Horde. I just don't think it's worth the 100 gold for that idea, though. I'd rather grab the... Actually, no, we can grab everything here. So sure, you know what? I'll indulge myself. Now, 9 Valor is going to go on the Steadfast Crusader. This slam will benefit from the Valor. And the extra attack... that on the upgraded Spear Steward? Since he's already got extra health, him having extra attack could work. Problem is, I'll still have trouble fitting Spear Stewards in. Might be funny just to have Turbo Whelp. No. Let's actually make the Magma Cultist worth having. Is part of the idea there is so that none of our units feel like a dead card. Ooh, I'm glad I put units everywhere. This Archeon has Pyre Hunter. If you have no units on the floor, Archeon deals damage to the Pyre, no matter where he is. This does mean he doesn't get stronger with everybody that dies. So that's nice. Good to see they have variants as well. Alright, so, Fell... Steadfast Crusader. I'm actually going to leave off the regular Shield Steward here and put the Guildmonger in front of Fell instead. Actually, I should have had that be the other way around, but it's fine. And we'll put the Super Steward up here. And unfortunately, I can't play the Magma Cultist because I don't have enough Ember, but he'll come up when I want him, hopefully, possibly, perhaps. The mystery box gave us another copy of Divinity. Incredible. So how about some Valor for you again? I probably should have played the Spear Steward, like, behind the Steadfast Crusader, but it's fine. It'll be a-okay. Yes, yes. Kill the Guildmonger. Do it. End his life so that I may profit. Ooh, be gone. Retreat the front enemy unit. Apply melee weakness to all enemy units on that floor. That could be fun. But I have, unfortunately, better ideas for this turn. Make it rain on this floor. Clean them out. I could sneak the Pyre Cultist onto this floor, too. But I think I'd rather put him here to help out with the Steadfast Crusader. This way I have 2 spaces on any of these floors, depending on what I want to put where as I get it. We can do it. I also could have just slammed him out of the battle, but it doesn't matter. Why are you guys doing such a bad job of killing him? Kill him so that I may get money. Ooh. Consume. Apply ability Flight to friendly unit. So they can just leave and go to a different floor every 2 turns. That's pretty neat. I'm loving this random card thing so far, but y'all know I love my random nonsense. I am very much random bullshit go. Go ahead and slap a Spear Steward into this floor. hit you with that slam so that both of them get cleaned out. Go ahead and put a sneezy boy up here with you. Other than that, we'll go ahead and just fire starter you. I don't want to activate Savior because it'll put Fel in front of the Guildmonger and make irrelevant the entire thing we're trying to do here with getting the Guildmonger killed. I actually should have played it up here so that the Pyrogel would have been spread out to more of them. That's a slight misplay, but it's fine. Get him with the whacking stick. Thank you for your patronage. Ooh, we got a stuck-up whelp, huh? Okay. It is kind of interesting that all of these whelps have 1 hit point. Oh, hey, you know that guy that just died? Hey, he's back. He literally ended up at the top of the deck. Oh, wait, doesn't... Yeah, it does put him on the top of the deck. Right, never mind. So every time he dies, I can just put him back. As long as it's not the same combat. He'll just keep coming back from the dead over and over again and giving me money. Yeah, that applies Avarice to friendly units. I think I'm actually going to put you down here. Apply the Avarice immediately. And then what we do from there is... we make sure this guy dies a little faster, so that some unblocked damage gets dealt. And for this turn in particular, no, because if I pop Savior now, I won't be able to save it for the end to move Fel to the front if I need to. Which we have other ways of moving Fel to the front, of course. I should have put the 10 Pyrogel on the boss. I just completely didn't even look up there. That's on me. It'll be fine at the end of the day. But we could have done a funny. Money, 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 money. And yeah, they keep Avarice as well, so I can actually just make that higher. Ooh. Restore 2 Pyre health for each Dragon Horde. That's a fun card. Not helpful right now, but it's a fun card. So how do you feel about exploding? I don't know about you, but I feel pretty strongly about you exploding. There was a debate there. But I think the splash damage being increased that way is probably the better call. I forgot to sneeze on that guy. And that's a hell of a sentence to say, but it's very important that I forgot to sneeze on that guy this time. It's a problem. I'm getting focused in the wrong places. It's okay, we take a little bit of pyre damage. Now we gotta deal with this jerk. Which, joke's on him, he's just gonna give me money. Achoo. Can't sneeze on him down here, unfortunately. We can, however, Turbo Valor boost Fel here. Which still isn't gonna get us a win yet. So we are gonna have some more work to do. But that's fine. The dying money man strategy is definitely paying off. And I probably should have saviored there, because thinking about it, Fel wouldn't have survived that fight anyway. It would have just meant we dealt more damage. So if I end up losing More pyre health. Remember that. Remember that happened. Ooh, inequivalent exchange. Deal 25 damage each per dragon horde, then lose one dragon horde. That's pretty cool. Won't really help here because all it would do is 50, and I could just make it rain to do a similar amount. Come on and slam. If I could fit him, I would just put the Guildmonger in front of him again, just like, hey, I'm back. Why are you back? Why aren't you dead? Boss said I had to keep making money. You know, maybe that's too real. Well, that's his life now. Yeah, get him with the gooey whacking stick. Yeah, we took a little bit of damage, but we did do it quickly, so we got paid in terms of score. Superheated, we've seen Soldier of Fortune. Consume, draw a unit. If you have 30 gold, spend it to apply 30 extra attack, avarice 15, and armor 15. Ooh. Or Pyroclasm. Attuned explosive, deal 150 damage. But I need 4 Ember to play that. Oh, that's 5 times the effect of magic power on that, though. Ooh. That would just nuke a floor. That'd be so good if I had the capacity to use it. We're taking Soldier of Fortune. I could get another Guildmonger, which would be very funny. We could get a new Firebrand to replace the one we lost last time. Or a Battle Dancer. Every time they move around, they gain 4 Valor. I think I'm actually skipping this, because as much as I would love another Firebrand, I don't want to just reuse things, and I already have a Guildmonger. I don't need 2 of them. I just don't use the movement effects enough for the Battle Dancer to work for me, I don't think. As much as Hell's Flame would be the smart choice here, I'm taking extra capacity for memes. I have a plan. I don't know if this plan will work, but I have a plan. We can get a Banished Banner, a Merchant of Magic, and some healing, or artifacts, money, and an event. Let's take the artifacts, money, and event. I don't need the 4 pyre health that we would get going this way. The extra unit could get me something that I could now fit in, but it's high odds of giving me something that I already have or something that I don't especially want right now. Arcus, Angel of Darkness, approaches the train. His once powerful form now crackles with Titan corruption. Fel, is that you? Here to save your lesser brother? I see that you follow Seraph no longer. Then you must agree with me. He was never fit for Heaven's throne. Together we can be rid of Seraph once and for all. You offer your pyre's warmth to Fel's estranged brother. Purify the Angel, we lose 10 pyre health, and we have a 50-50 chance to get an artifact. Sure! We got the Golden Idol. Trial gold rewards are increased by 50%. Oh yeah! Give me all that money. You offer some of the pyre's warmth to the cursed angel, partially cleansing their body of the Titan's curse. Hold that thought. Hey there, Yura. Thank you for the raid. What were you up to today? Hopefully you've been having a good time today. We're just leading in the forces of heaven and hell to go fight Titans. You know, nothing too crazy. Ah, excellent. All is as it should be, then. Oh, that's a shame. Hopefully you at least hunted a decent amount of them, whether it was effective or not. We'll go ahead and give Arcus some more pyre health. Why not? You offer up some of the pyre's warmth to the cursed angel, but to no avail. You offer more? I'll try one more time. Hey, Deepwood Oil. Equipped units gain 10 armor. I will go ahead and snooze that ad since y'all just got here. I'm not giving him 20 health at a time, no. That is enough. The corruption still taints me. You would abandon me, sister? Very well then, you will regret this. Rude, I gave you like 30 health, my dude. Be happy for what you got. This greedy bastard, I tell you what. We could get Savior 2, which is Valor 16, and then gain the same amount of armor. Or gain revenge, apply Valor 2 to friendly units. So whenever she gets hit, it would apply 2 Valor. Ooh. No, I think the applying 2 Valor every time Fel gets hit is the right choice here. And more artifacts. On deployment phase, draw a room card from your deck, reduces cost to 0. We don't have any rooms yet. Apply 5 Pyrogel to enemy units when a whelp dies. That just means I start chucking my 1 hit point whelps out in front. I could do that. Or Trader's Quill. Whenever a card with Consume is played, deal 30 damage to the front enemy unit. We don't have enough Consume cards for that, so we're actually going to reroll this. We could take the Versatile Ember Staff again. That worked out pretty well for us last time. Do I have any equipment yet? I don't think we do. No, we don't. So that thing that gives armor to equipped units is also not going to be that big for us yet. So we'll just take the Ember Staff and be sad that we didn't get anything better. But it'll be fine. Savagery's Hunters. These angels have lost their purpose and have been given a new one by their new overlords. Do not let them carry it out. So we got Kel the Corruptor, relentless and can't apply 3 corruption to your units. He's got 15 health and 15 attack and 950 health. Corruption is damage over time, which is not great. He's got vicious axe throwers and sharp eye snipers. Every time the Sharp Eye Sniper kills something, it gets 3 rage, so it'll get 3 more attack every time it kills. Actually, it'll get 6 more attack every time it kills, which is kind of terrifying. They both only have 3 health, though, so not really an issue. Ooh, but my trial is enemy units appear on every floor at the start. We can make that work, actually. We can make that work. Also, apparently there's a misshapen fiend behind the menu here. Oh, because it's going to summon misshapen fiends on the floors. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. I'm going to be putting units on every floor anyway, so it'll be okay. So let's see. Same business as usual. Fel goes here. You go here. You go here. And now what do I do from there? Based on the way we're going to be getting invaded, we're going to keep putting the Guildmonger down here, but we're going to put the Shield Steward. Oh, right, we have more space now. So yeah, actually, Stewards together strong. Oh, that's a lot of misshapen fiends, though. Ooh. Yeah. Same way that Monster Train 1 worked. You have 3 floors to keep track of, well, technically a 4th floor, because the 4th floor is the Heart Cage, which will fight the enemies when they get there. And deal 75 damage each round of combat to whatever happens to get up there. That's fair. And it has been a bit since Monster Train 1 was really making its rounds heavily. Let's go ahead and play Soldier of Fortune. Oh, that's incredible. Tiny little whelp became super powered. And he's gonna make 15 gold per attack, pretty much. Go get him, little buddy. Show them what you could do. And let's see. You know what we need right about now? Fireball. I'm gonna... no, I can't leave any of them on this floor because they are gonna become a problem. Actually, no, this is the bigger problem floor, though. Is 2 die here, some damage gets dealt to that guy, and then they go up and fight these 2, which will clear out all but 1 of them. They do something when they die. Right, they apply corruption to the front unit. Ew. Well, to hell with it. Fireball! You can go ahead and slam one of them out. Because I want to get the Avarice payout from the Whelp is why I'm doing it this way. You jump forward, you're gonna take 13 damage. And I'll need to Valor the Guildmonger forward at some point to ensure that he gets killed. But I do want you gaining your Valor, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. You could sneeze on one of them. But what would be the point? Answer, there wouldn't be one. Problem is, the weaker the shield stewards up there is going to die to the corruption. Thanks to the Valor that's on the Seraph, he should be okay. But he's gonna take a lot of corruption damage as well. Ooh, golden touch, huh? Yeah, we are gonna lose the Crusader here if I'm not careful. The golden touch him away. He takes 6, so you'll have 3 left. That'll get us our 3rd Dragon Horde as well. Wait, actually, you only... No, you'll take 8 collectively. That's still not ideal. You go ahead and sneeze on him. This guy's screwed no matter what I do. That's just over with. Yeah, and that's the end of turn, so if I apply this to you, I think you'll live. I would much rather move the Guildmonger forward, but we have too many other issues to manage right now. I don't want to be losing too many units. We're gonna need them later. On the bright side, we're making gold hand over fist, and we are getting a lot of free Valor from Fel taking a beating there. Oh look, free money. Hell Furnace. Whenever a unit gains Pyrogel, it gains 3 extra stacks. Ooh. Let's see, one way or the other, we make it rain here. That way they all die. I don't think there's anything that's gonna save the Crusader here, unfortunately. Is the corruption's just unfortunately not reducing? Because that's just not how it works. It doesn't reduce. Even if he slams, that does 13. He is at least dying right now, but it's not ideal. We're still not in a position to shuffle this around, but thankfully Fel's just gaining health in all practical terms thanks to the shields. You're at least taking care of that because you're fast. You'll take care of that just fine. I mean, it can't hurt to slam him at the very least. If I put this guy in front of you, he tanks one of the hits. That's still... Wait, no. Unless the corruption goes through the shield, I think he's fine. Because he takes 10 and then gains 12. I think the game's just not calculating that properly. I'm gonna bank on that, and I'm probably gonna be disappointed. Yeah, he gained a bunch of power that way, which is upsetting, but that'll be okay. Let's see how it plays out, if I'm right or not. Okay, so the corruption does take effect earlier than it says it does. The corruption says it's at the end of turn, but it's at end of combat before other end of combat effects, which is a little bit of a lie. Ooh, Liquid Courage. Apply damage shield 1 and Valor 5. Useful, but move you to the front. This way you start getting beat up, though you have so much Valor now that you're probably never gonna die. which means we're never getting paid. Makes me sad. This floor is a little bit of an issue at the minute. Actually, he has enough armor that he'll live right now, which is hilarious. This little guy with this giant snot bubble is gonna beat up the giant double axe man. That's just so funny to me. You know, we're just gonna let that play out, actually. That's fine, then. You know what? You need a little friend, too. Achoo. I don't really want to increase his valor any further, or he's just gonna truly become immortal. Let's get rid of the big guy, though, because he's gonna be a problem. And I think we're good. Okay, good. He still took a good amount of damage, so he should actually die soon, which means we'll get paid. Hello, Golden Touch. Goodbye, enemy. So now we got 4 Dragon Hordes, so we can really get paid at the end of this whole fracas we got going here. You go ahead and sneeze on them. And then we'll just air them away. I would have loved to have gotten the Spear Steward out, but I want to keep my Super Whelp alive. He is too strong to let die. Oh, it's final wave time, though. That's not going to be great. Oh, hey, I just got a free additional Whelp. Achoo. Go ahead and Savior up to the front, but we're going to put him back at the front, because he'll take more damage this way. Fireball all of his friends away. Now he takes way more. We are still going to be at a little bit of a spot of bother, but hopefully future turns will solve that spot of bother for us. The only problem is we did get ourselves a bunch of corruption. But 48 times 2 is definitely nothing to sneeze at. Okay, this is actually good. We can put the Guildmonger there to take some heat. Put this room in play, because that's not a spell. Hit him with even more Pyre or Goo. And this will get him corrupted, but he'll get damage shield 1, which should even out. I'm gonna apply some Valor to him before that guy gets up there. Yeah, the damage shield only protected him for 1 turn. That's what I was afraid of. That corruption effect is nasty business. Ascend, then advance. That'd be great if I had anybody on any other floors, but I don't. Thankfully, I've got units I can just drop in front of him. And what do you know? I'm gonna have 7 Dragon Horde at the end of this now. Funny how that works. And that's why having extra units can be handy sometimes. This way you can throw some more bodies at a problem. Only a 1-turn boss rush, but we got the trial bonus. And boy, oh boy, are we making money. Oh, I could get the Punk Shredder again. I will take the Everlasting Light, though. Greed, Mind Cage, Soul Smelter. The thing is, you need to defeat a boss to use this, but I think the... Now, because the The named guys at the end of every fight count as bosses, so this still would work. It is very expensive is the only problem. Very expensive, Douglas. Very expensive. We're gonna take it anyway, though. We'll go ahead and loop this. Because we only get a little... Actually, we don't even really seem to get more at all from level 8. Oh wait, you get to select one of 3 artifacts instead of just a flat random artifact. I can't be bothered to wait for that. Yib. So let's see. Scale Shell. After using an ability, friendly units gain 3 armor. When a unit gains Pyrogel, gain 1 more stack from Hellfire Bellows. Medallion of Superiority. Units gain 3 health, 3 attack for each upgrade on their card. Let's take the Scale Shell, because we do use abilities a decent amount, and we have a fair few things with abilities. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. Capricious as Reflection. Cards in reward packs and unit banners come with a random upgrade. That might be great. It might actually be kind of garbage, but you know what? It'll be fun. Gain an artifact, gain an equipment or room card, make our units better, make our spells better. Nah, let's go get the artifact. The Vortex is kind of useless to me. Whenever an angel moves, gain 3 Valor. We'll take that. Ooh, Bloodthirsty Blade. It just gives this equipment +1 attack permanently. Ooh. We did want the Shield of Wing before. And actually, the Shield of Wing with our Crusader could actually be incredibly good. Whoop. Okay, that's gonna be a minor issue for tomorrow. I'll deal with that later. Ooh, I can give somebody multi-strike, and I can give somebody avarice and valor. Ooh, 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 ooh. So many good things for me. Thing is, I don't have anybody that's great to give this to. Like, the ideal thing would be to give somebody the multi-strike and the avarice together, so that the avarice keeps multi-triggering. As long as their target doesn't have armor. But if I put it, like, on the Snotty Whelp, the Snotty Whelp's just gonna die. Like, we got away with the Armored Whelp trick with Soldier of Fortune, but I don't think I can keep getting away with that. I think the better choice might be to put it on the Shield Steward, as boring as the Shield Stewards are. I do think that that's just gonna be the way this is. It just becomes a moneymaker. And then Valor 9... We could just have him have Valor 17 at the start of every fight. He's just the most valorous Crusader you've ever seen. Also, I'm getting ripped off by 1. That's supposed to be Valor 18, because it's 9 and 9. Why is he only getting 17? Just to prove it. See, he has Valor 9 right now. I apply another Valor 9 to him. He gets 17. Who forgot how to do math? I'll give you a hint, it's not me. Not this time. I'm giving it to him anyway, but I'm just like, shenanigans. Do I make anybody else endless? Not really. There's nobody else here that would be beneficial to have die. Unless I want to just spam an endless army of respawning whelps. Which could be very funny. But I don't think it's 105 coins funny. I would rather reroll. Make somebody a little bit bigger, give them a ton more health and attack. Incoming damage reduced by half would have been incredible to have on the Crusader. Ah. You are a tanky whelp now. In fact, we could actually make the tanky whelp relevant on the battlefield. Could be really funny. Or I keep making the cultist hit harder. Nah. He is super whelp now. And the other one will become... I'm a big boy. There we go. The whelps are relevant now. But the Titanite is kind of useless. There's not really any of these guys I would like having half damage dealt to them. Is none of them... Well, I guess I could make the large whelp take half damage, actually. Yeah, you know what? Sure. He's big and armored. And I'm actually going to go ahead and get rid of the extra Spear Steward, the one that doesn't have an upgrade on him. And we still have 125 to spare after all of that. That's how much money I've been making because of my shenanigans. I am in bankroll mode. Ooh. Quota of the Absolute. Relentless Titan Skin 40. Revenge, lose 1 Titan Skin. So basically you have to chip off the armor to kill him. There's Heaven's Seal again. They do have the Ravenous Zealots. I don't really want to deal with Heaven's Seal with Ravenous Zealots. I could probably do it, but I don't want to. We'll just skip that trial. Fell as usual. I'm not gonna be able to get both the Shield Stewards if I put the Guildmonger down. I'm gonna let the Guildmonger show up of his own volition, I think. You obviously get played. You get played. Because I want the Avarice Shield Steward, but I also want the quick one. We'll put the Avarice Steward behind him. Oh wait, I can't do math apparently. There we go. I think I was accounting for one of them being a 2 cost, and I just... Bleh. Can you tell I'm getting tired? I can. Deadly Plunge. Deal damage to enemy unit equal to 3 times this unit's health and armor. Well then. You just throw somebody at them. I appreciate that that had animation to it. Like it just occasionally animates the landing there. I could put the higher health Spear Steward out, but no, I'm gonna put the Shield of Wing on the Crusader because it's perfect for him. Now he'll damage reflect equal to his health. So he just hits back for 40 every time something hits him, unless his armor breaks and he starts taking regular health damage. This is an issue. I don't really like this situation, but it's fine overall. Firestarter you. Do you even do? Oh, you cause corruption. Great. I'm glad you're gonna be hitting the guy I don't care about with your corrupted nonsense. The guy I want dead anyway. Okay. There's the Super Whelp. Where do I put Super Whelp? Do I put Super Whelp anywhere right now? Because I could get the Soul Smelter out. Put that on Fell. The thing is, Fell's not guaranteed to survive this. I really wish I had taken that extra Ember right now. As funny as it is to have the extra space and do the goofy nonsense I'm doing, I'm really wishing I had that extra Ember right now so I could put both of these out. I'm putting the Whelp down anyway. He's so big. And slam him and give everybody armor. Sneeze on him and give everybody more armor. That's why I put him here, by the way, is so that he can keep feeding more armor to the Crusader. Make the Crusader just indestructible. Let's go ahead and put a Magma Cultist down here. This way we get free Pyre Gel. I know he's gonna trigger his incant, which is annoying, but this was the better choice overall, I think, still. Yeah, they just destroy themselves attacking him. Then he just rebuilds his armor. So many big hammers. Ooh, a free selfless sacrifice. That's tempting. Could get the other super whelp out. He hasn't even started doing anything up there yet. Ooh, actually, yes. If you magic spear or fuck their shit up, yes. Yes. Just so we can get the money. So there's not really anything I need to do here. He zeroes out the damage he's taking. He is going to start building up corruption, which could get him killed again. And the amount of money we're getting from things like the avarice and such are why I'm not too worried about the whole not doing the trial thing. Prison Zephyr. Friendly units advance on strike. Nah. That's not really what I would want. Oh, hey, by the way, that Guildmonger, he's back now. Soldier of Fortune. Gives me the whelp I passed up back with more power. He also has an Avarice 15, which will be quite nice. Achoo! I don't really want to get sapped again on this floor. But I also don't really want that archer living. We'll deal with him later. Go ahead and slam him off the screen. Sneeze on him. This is a bit of an issue up here. Valor 3 doesn't make you win that fight. Pyrogel doesn't make you win that fight. There's really just nothing I can do for you. So that guy's gonna get up there and hit the heart cage and then die. That's fine. Which just basically leaves me taking the sap damage. Except he didn't die from that anyway because I miscounted. Well, never mind. Oh, that does put the corruption on him and put him on a timer up there, though. Damn it. Can you tell that I don't like the corruption mechanic? Because boy, do I not like it. I like it more than the reanimate mechanic, but boy, is it upsetting. It is a thing that directly inconveniences me, therefore I do not appreciate it. Ooh, a free lead songbird, you say? Hey... how about even more power? This is just comedy at this point. This has become very silly, and that's the best part. We might actually go places with this one. There's the robot. Benediction, huh? I'm loving these random cards because they keep just giving me great things. Achoo. It might be funny to have everybody advance on strike. That just shuffles the whole lineup around and makes weird things happen. Nah. Ow. Ow. Oh no, Titan skin is falling apart. Oh no. I'm curious to see how he's gonna end up dying out of this exchange. Oh, that's why. I'm realizing now everybody's doing triple-digit damage thanks to the lead singer and the amount of attacks that Fel does that gives them 3 Valor every attack. That's probably gonna need to be... That might need to be nerfed a little bit. You have... Does this stone do? And can't gain 2 armor. Okay. And you have a -1 cost on that liquid courage. Okay. And Begone becoming ephemeral. I'm taking that at free liquid courage. Because I think liquid courage is normally a 1 cost, isn't it? So that being 0 is great. Fanning the Flames has holdover. So when it's played, it gets put on top of the draw pile so I can play it again. And it's explosive, deal 3 damage to a random enemy unit and gain 3 damage after it kills. Ooh, ephemeral make it rain's pretty good too. Because you just can do 15 damage, actually no, 20 damage twice. But you have to pay 2 for it, so I'll take the Fanning the Flames, I think that'll be funnier. We'll save our Dragon Horde. What kind of horde is it if you don't hoard it, right? Artifact, money, equipment or rooms, duplicate any card, heal, and artifacts. Now we'll take the free artifact and the money. Ooh. Oh yeah, it wasn't an artifact, it was equipment. But this dagger gives somebody quick. I have ideas. We could get another Everlasting Light Spear. This unit's attack is equal to its max health. We're also taking that boiler room, that's not even a discussion. The equalizing rings, though, could be very funny. We can also grab a fight club. Ooh, Inferno Room. Deal 50 damage to all units at the start of combat. That would kill all of my guys too, but that could be a thought. Let's combine some equipment here. It's gonna make something kind of ludicrously expensive though, but I think this is a great idea. Every time they strike, they apply 3 Valor to friendly units, and they'll be quick. Oh yeah, we were already here. Hello and goodbye. Kale, Lord of the Cherubs. Heaven's leader of the Cherubs has been manipulated by the Titan of Dominion. Now even Heaven's workers are under the Titan's grasp. Oh, I'll enjoy killing you. You look like a piece of shit. Resolve, grant damage shield 1 to the front non-boss enemy unit. You have 20 to attack and 2,500 health. So I need to make sure there isn't something in front of Kale here. And Kale and his cherubs grant damage shield 1 to enemy units. So I have to hit things twice to even hurt them. So this could actually be really bad. It's a good thing Fel's attacks are kind of a hard counter to that, since it's double attacking. I almost feel like I'm in a circus listening to this song. And that's not a complaint, that's just a this has circus vibes. We'll just commit hard down here, since we're gonna have a lot of shielded enemies. Put our double attackers together down here so they just chew through them. Hopefully. Oh, hi, Pyroclasm. Let's go ahead and put the boiler room down here. Okay, that's the Holy Cherub. Eaten. After this next round of combat, this unit will be eaten by the front unit without an eaten ability. Grant damage shield 1, deal 20 damage to self. It can be eaten 3 times. So that's how they give the damage shield out. Okay. Whereas Kale just gives damage shield to whoever's in front of him. Okay. Let's see. As usual, Shield of Wing goes to you. You will get the equalizing ring, so you do 50 damage. I don't want to give you the liquid courage. Let's give you the liquid courage, actually, since you're fighting Kale. And we'll give you a friend who's gonna sneeze on Kale immediately. I think that's a good idea. I think all of that's good plans. I am gonna protect the Guildmonger for a moment here, just to get the Valor started. Yeah, we chewed through that health pretty good, but he did just get a damage shield, which is gonna be annoying. Oh, this is gonna be extra annoying down here. Yeah, it's only to one target. Let's Soldier of Fortune it up first. Okay, so we get a boosted Magma Cultist. That's not really what I would want right now, but it's not bad. You go ahead and slam to knock his damage shield off, so he actually dies. The Cherub alone isn't really an issue. The Cherubs don't have attack. Finding the flames, perfect. It hit the only thing it could kill. That's exactly what I would have wanted. Bear in mind, that was a random shot. That wasn't even a targeted attack. That was completely random, and I got the boiler room paid me back, so it's perfect. 50 damage is suddenly a lot more enticing. Let's put the Magma Cultist down, since we got that refund. And now the Fallen Executioner dies. So if we hit the Cherub as well, they both die. Yeah, that works out well. I like that. Give me all the valor. Make me stronger. Oh, that's why the Cherub died. It got eaten by Kale. I hate that. I hate him having a damage shield. Heroic Dive. Descend and advance a friendly unit. Deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to double this unit's health and armor. So if I ever get in a bad spot down at the bottom floor, I can just Heroic Dive the Crusader or onto something and just bomb them. Am I gonna get lucky again? No. I had to try. Achoo. Let's see. Go ahead and fire starter you a bit. Get that damage shield off of you so you take some actual damage. Go ahead and make it rain down here. Just so we get our refund. Now we shift you into the front so you take the damage. Thing is, if I dive the Whelp down, he gets put in front, and he... I don't know, he has enough armor that he'd live that, actually. So let's go ahead and do that. Wham! Just throw a Whelp at him. And I'll just need to make sure to move the Crusader forward to protect the Whelp. Penitent's Death Suit. Ooh. I can put it on the boss. But no, it needs to be shifted for the Penitent's Death Suit to work, though. Otherwise, that'd be incredibly funny. Fireball now. You still don't have a weapon. I'm kind of holding out for the spear knife. If though. And I get lucky again? Hey! I just keep getting free Fan the Flames. It's great.
Hello there.
Hey there, Callista. How's it going? Just out here leading the forces of hell to victory in ridiculous ways. Yeah, you know what? Pop him. Move him to the front. That way the whelp's protected. You're fine so far. Yeah. Oh, the sequel, but yes. Unless the second one took over as favorite, which I would absolutely understand. And so far, it's holding up well as a sequel to the first game. Yeah, it's understandable. This has been quite good. I do miss the stuff I had in the first game. I was kind of hoping stuff from the first game would carry over, like, so you'd have more faction variety. But I understand that they didn't want to go crazy with this. Can I get lucky with fanning the flames again? First, give you the quick valor or spear, so ridiculous things happen. Fan the flames. Damn it. Hit the wrong one. It's fine. You could just, like, shield slam that thing into oblivion. But it doesn't have any attack. Just ignore it. Save the shield slam for later. Actually, do this first. That way another Pyrogel is put on them. Then I can kill the archer. There we go. And you get another friend up here. And go to Fight Club. Because I played 3 different cards, so the staff kicked in and gave me an extra ember and an extra card. Now you're going up there, you're going to go to Fight Club, have fun with that, you little jerk. Ooh. Devilish Details. Gain 3 Dragon Horde, but my Pyre takes 10 damage. You know, I'm down for prices like that. And we'll do it down here so I get the extra incant. There you go. Have some Pyrogel. And we'll go ahead and put another whelp here so we can sneeze on Kale a bunch of times. Enjoy my allergies, you bastard. This deck has turned so stupid, and I am just so happy. This started off completely normal, and, well, things happened. As they tend to do in this game. I could Savior you. Actually, yeah. Savior you, and then Selfless Sacrifice to put the guy I want dead back at the front, but make him endure a bit longer. Perfect. Valor might be one of the most broken mechanics this game has so far. But this is also only run like 3, so I'm sure I'll find more broken things, because both these games are very, very breakable in wonderful ways. This Fan the Flames won't kill anything on either floor. Meh. We'll stop using it. We'll give the Soul Smelter to you for fun. You're not gonna be able to build up enough souls, but at least you'll hit harder. And where are you? Go ahead and put more Pyrogel on you, just because I don't like you. The snot cannons up there are taking care of things perfectly. More cherubs, huh? Yikes. Don't like this. This is too many cherubs. You know, though, I can afford Pyroclasm. It'd be a real shame if all of these cherubs went away. That's the first time I've gotten to cast that spell. And I was given it randomly. That's the best part. Achoo! No shield for you. Goodbye. Fireball. Now we watch this play out. Oh no, the guildmonger died. Anyway, I'm taking that money. Yeah, exactly. It being 4 Ember makes it tricky. But in a setup like this, it works beautifully. I'm only getting those because of the large mystery box, which might be my favorite artifact, because it just keeps giving me such wonderful things to use. Ooh, Blood-Soaked Arena. Friendly units gain 7 Valor on Slay. So you're saying I can get more Valor? You're saying I can get more Valor? Let's go ahead and grab Hell's Flame this time so we have more power to work with. And this is fine. We'll go ahead and loot that. Exactly. It's just such good fun. Ooh, 3 Pyrogel on strike for every whelp. First turn, 2 Ember. Dragons and whelps gain 8 attack. Put all of these in the bag. I want all 3 of them. Just put them all in the bag. Put them all in the bag right now. I want them all. All of these are good. I'm gonna take the Ember Charge, though, because that works for everything. Even if it's only first turn. 50% chance to remove all buff effects from enemy units when they enter. Yep, give me that. Yep, yep. Oh, we just got incredibly lucky. We don't have that much further to go. This is the farthest we've been so far. Can we go all the way today? It'd be very funny to already have a win. This is like the 3rd run. I literally started this today. During this stream. I could give more Valor out. Yeah, because I didn't realize that this was on Game Pass is part of the thing. I only realized it last night, basically right before I did that repo collab. So I had no time to play it. Initially, I was like, well, I'm gonna have to wait till I can buy this, or I get lucky and they give me the code for it and lurk it. I am gonna take the Valor to friendly units because this is just gonna keep getting more ridiculous. What's in the event box? Ooh, a statue. This once exquisite statue of a warrior angel defeating an imp has been defaced by the Titan of Savagery. Sinewy veins cover the statue, pulsing with strength and intensity. They seem to sense your presence, shifting as you approach, as if to invite you to touch the statue. You could take the Titan's power, but at what cost? Do you reach out and touch the statue? If we touch the shield, we gain the Savage Skin upgrade. It gets Savage Shackles. Yeah, no, I kind of assumed I was going to want to upgrade them as quick as possible, but first I gotta unlock the other clans. So, units in hand cost 1 more Ember. That's fine, though it is deployable, which is kind of awful. And that gives Titan Skin 5 to somebody. Rage 5 Revenge, permanently gain 1 Rage. Not bad. Gain 2 attack for every missing health. I think because of the cost increase, I'm actually going to let this go. I'm going to leave this alone. You decide against it and continue on your travels. Good question. Dualism. Doubles the stacks of armor and buff and debuff status effects applied to this unit. Okay, we can make somebody else small. Oh, but I only have a Spear Steward left. That could become anything else. Man. That's a shame. There's so many ridiculous things I could do with these other bits and bobs if I had anybody else available. There wasn't a unit banner here, right? No. I think this Merchant of Steel might just be somewhat useless. I do have plenty of money, though, so I may as well upgrade the Spear Dude. Wait, yeah, the Magma Cultist has a space. Right, but he's only 1 size already. That's why he couldn't take the other thing. So we could give him Dualism for fun. And that would allow him to Pyrogel twice. Yeah, you know what? Sure. And we'll make the Spear Steward Avarice 3 and give him some extra attack. Oh no. He's out of slots, I guess. Yeah, so everybody's out of slots. And I have nothing I need to purge. Off to battle. Dominion's Disdain. Terrible curses will make it hard to keep up with the threats Dominion is intent on sending your way. Thornguard. Penitent Prayer Stone is spawned on each floor, which is 200 health, 6 spikes. That's going to be annoying. But we get 600 gold for it. Meanwhile, we have a Thane, Last to Fall, Relentless, Incant, add 1 spikes to enemy units. Ascension, spawn a Chosen Prayer Stone. And she has 17 attack, 1,475 health. So every time she moves up, she'll summon a Prayer Stone, which could be annoying. I don't know what the Prayer Stone's stat line looks like, but we'll figure that out. Discordant Heretic gives Resonant Ruin, has 5 attack, 20 health. Resonant Ruin is annoying. Deal with that later. Deformed Duo, Reanimate 2. I hate this thing already. I'm going to kill it with Extreme Prejudice because I hate Reanimate. It applies 6 Corruption on hit, which is even more annoying. This is basically the thing I hate the most on screen right now. This thing right here is the worst. I hate him. We're not taking the 600 then. These guys are going to be annoying enough. So let's see. Keep on keeping on the way we've been doing. Put our quick guy up here to clean up. Crusader in the middle. Guildmonger here. Avarice Shield Steward down here as well. I just want the Avarice guy down here to get guaranteed attacks off every round, basically, so we get as much money from him as possible. Yeah, we'll just fill this up. It's fine. Oh, great. These guys exist too, huh? Celestial Bastions with 120 armor. Oh, hey. The Blood-Soaked Arena has appeared twice. Yeah, I just don't have any means of getting Reanimate. There we go. Both these floors will give Valor on Slay now. That'll be fun. You get a friend. Yeah, go ahead and make you take more damage. You even have Titan Skin. This guy sucks. This guy right here, he sucks. Let's go ahead and... I do want to wait for the ring for you, though. We'll go just give you the Stick of Pain. Yeah, they got away with a Resonant Ruin, which is annoying. Oh, get a load of this thing. The Avowed Gladiator. 375 hit points, huh? Well, this is taking a turn for the worse for me. We might actually have trouble here. I need to get rid of this. Actually, no, we can take that hit. That's fine. Soldier of Fortune. So they get the 2 Pyrogels. Ooh. That's actually pretty good for that Spear Steward to get. That'll help. Yeah, I'm noticing that. That is a very abrupt damage and health shift. To be fair, it's kind of necessary because of how much I scaled here, but... Ooh, boy. So I seem to recall the first game had a very rough difficulty shift partway through a run, too. At roughly the same spot, I think. I think this is just a thing they like doing. Could apply Valor 11. Yeah, you know what? I could give Fel another 6, but then the Guildmonger wouldn't die. He'll die soon anyway, so yeah, we'll go ahead and make that swap so that we can trigger the Revenge Valor for everybody here. We need to get stronger fast. Go ahead and slam you so you'll die. Okay. The thing is, we're gonna get buried in bells, and that's gonna be a problem. Which is why we're gonna need to ramp up down here fast. Yeah, because they're gonna keep having bastions! Yay! So there's the equalizing ring that I was looking for. So we'll go ahead and boost him up. The upbeat warbler would be great here, but I can't fit him. He will, however, also be great here. Yeah, now Inkbound is also kind of spooky in places. I keep meaning to pick it up, and I just have yet to actually do it. The demo for it was real fun, though. But I am inclined to think that that's just their style. But, you know, if that's how you want to do things, more power to you. It's weatherable for the most part, so it's not really a big deal. Valor 5 is worth it. Besides, we put out more Pyre Gel. And nobody has any abilities. Okay. That guy gets removed. Up here is still an issue, but there really wasn't much we were going to be able to do to make that not an issue. I did forget about the money guy, but we have 670 gold. Gold is not really an issue. I wanted to break that damn shield. Rising Rage, not really helpful here. Let's go ahead and make it rain down here. Get rid of that guy. Yeah, I didn't get much initially because I just didn't have the right things, but now that I have the right cards for it, it just is going off like crazy as far as money goes. That seems to be their thing, which makes sense. They're the dragons. Dragons like money. I should know. This Pyreball wouldn't kill you, and that is the most upsetting thing. So speaking of upsetting, we just have problems all up and down the board here. But these guys will die in one, so I'm not super worried. It sucks that I'm going to take core damage, but it is what it is at this point. Just make Fel intensely broken, and we're gonna make it work from there. The worst thing is I didn't get the shield to put on the Crusader to pop up yet. Because ordinarily I would have the wing shield on the Crusader, which would be making him do damage reflection equal to his health. Which would have been making quite the bit of headway for him here. Cleave is gonna help a bit here, yeah. Boiler Room would have been great to get earlier. Doesn't really help at this point. Not that much. Be Gone would get rid of the bell guy, but really wouldn't change anything else up here. Up here's kind of just screw job. But we'll help out a little bit. And just ring that bell. No! My super weapon. No. Why did that have to draw now? But at least we can get rid of the other bell, I guess. Go ahead and save your up because you're already in the front anyway. 105 armor. Fel is going nowhere. But we might also be going nowhere. We might be dying. If I'm not careful here. Because I have unfortunately front-loaded a little too hard, and even with how much I front-loaded, these big gladiators are just too damn durable. They'll hit once and die. It's the fact that that's going to keep happening is the problem. Well, we can get another upbeat warbler, but that doesn't help that much because this guy's already quick and this guy's damage output is not relevant. Oh, I do have a spot down here now, actually. So yeah, make them quick. That will help a lot, actually, then. And we'll go ahead and put the Snotty Whelp up here with y'all. Immediately sneeze on him. Problem is we can't break through this entirely. We can get rid of him, which will help, but that doesn't solve anything entirely. So we're gonna take another 8 after taking the 5 here. These guys are just giant sacks of hit points. If I put the Pyre Gel on you, yeah, it doesn't change how much damage they're gonna take. And if I slam you, do you die? Not immediately. Oh no, you will die immediately thanks to the Pyre Gel. Okay, that helped. That's one less guy, and this guy's gonna be weaker, so... We're holding. We're holding. I'm gonna scrape together every single thing I can to make this work, but boy is this gonna be struggle bus territory at this point. I should have put the Fight Club on the 2nd floor, not the 3rd. But we may still be able to pull some more power for the 3rd floor to make things work here. This is where this becomes a real issue. Oh, there's the shield I needed 80 turns ago. Well, here you go. Have it anyway. We have a big problem, though. Is this guy's gonna live? Unless I... Well, no. It's gonna be a little wasteful to do this, but he needs to not live so we don't get more bells rang at us. Up here is still an issue. Oh yeah, this doesn't even have the Fight Club either. We just didn't even play the Fight Club because I didn't have the energy for it at the time it showed up. I could add more Pyre Gel stacks, but that wouldn't matter. I should have played that down here first, but we couldn't do that because we would lose the Blood-Soaked Arena. Everything about this sucks so bad. Stun the damage up. You go up to the front now. Yeah, that makes a massive difference in the damage they're going to take because it keeps Fel alive longer. That's perfect. We're going to take another hit up here, but that's fine. So the worst thing is that guy's not going to die and give me another Dragon Horde. Though we're also coming out of this with like 10 Pyre health left. Actually, we might still lose this because we don't have that much other power left. Super Fel has fallen. Oh, I miscalculated. He had more health left than I thought. We're in even worse shape than I thought. Great. Love that for me. Oh, that's the greatest news. Oh, hey, there's an extra copy of the shield. Thanks. I have no double attackers to really take full advantage of this, but I may put it on somebody anyway. Selfless Sacrifice is going to be great for you because it'll keep you alive longer. Though you have Incant, which fucking really sucks in this situation. I'm going to snooze the ads because this is probably going to end in the next 5 minutes. Victory or failure. This way y'all get to see what happens. Actually, she is close to death. So this is still workable. She's going to keep incanting more spikes every time. shifts the balance of power. Thing is, you die not immediately, but you'll die very quickly because of the spikes. This is 18 more attack for somebody, though. And then Valor to everybody. You're probably gonna live the second longest, so you take that. Yeah, there we go, we win. I probably could have avoided more damage from the bells here, but at least we didn't die yet. And look at that, a Spear Steward coming in clutch. There was so much bad about that. Ooh, multi-strike on the Punk Shredder, huh? That's pretty funny. We'll take that. Another ephemeral, another Twin Stone Make It Rain, huh? Oh, there's so many good things here. So many funny good things. We're gonna take more Make It Rain, though, because we have so much gold. We're not looting that. Just leave it alone. We're going to make it to the Chosen. I don't know if we're gonna make it past there. We can get some Pyre health back, but this whole side is kind of bleh otherwise. But I don't really need equipment. Duplicating a card would be helpful, but I think this is the better choice. Unfortunate as it is, we can at least, like, buy out all the artifacts. More deployment ember? Sure. Whenever you equip a unit, get a damage shield, sure. Where was this earlier? Units getting an extra upgrade slot would have been so good like 3 floors ago. Now it's useless. Because we're not getting another unit upgrade chance. I'm just gonna re-roll it away, it doesn't matter. Great, expanded coffers, thanks. Sure, we'll take the volatile gauge, it'll be funny. And we'll spend the rest on magic. Present, nonsensical bastard, present. Plus 20 to cleave, no. Plus 20 to make it rain. That would make the spell chain aspect of it useless. But it would make it do 75 damage to all enemies. Wait, I have a Make It Rain that doesn't have spell chain on it. Put that on that one. I have ideas. What is with the rounding on these numbers here? That's supposed to be 22. Why is it 21? Why are you full of shit, game? Why are you like this? Okay, but I have to. 30 Avarice is hilarious. So that would be... No, don't do it. I know I have to, but if I want to win, I can't. That is not going to allow me to win. Put it on that instead. And we might pull another double stack. We'll make this cost 1 consume, and then that's Valor 11 for 1. That's fantastic. We don't need the Frozen. So Spell Chain has returned to me. Wait. What's that? Actually, no. Spell Chain Soldier of Fortune. Let's buff this Make It Rain even harder. Cost -1. This divinity is free. It consumes, but it's free. I'm just spending it all, by the way. Just throwing all of the money away. It doesn't matter at this point. We're either winning or losing here, so no point in holding on to the money. Let it ride. Let it ride. Let's do this. Seraph Eternus, chosen of savagery, unrecognizable from his original form, Seraph has returned as a puppet of the Titans from the Abyss. Seraph's savage form will weaken the defense of your units and enrage his own. Seraph enchants enemy units with Rage 3, your units enter with melee weakness 1. Yikes. And he's got 30 attack and 4,000 hit points. And I have no idea what units he's getting, but they're probably gonna be awful. Here we go. Okay, the random costs actually worked out for us pretty well here. Most of our stuff's 0. Fell, Magma Cultist, Guildmonger. Everybody's gonna have melee weakness, which is gonna suck so bad. We're just gonna keep the same layout. Except, do I move the Avarice guy around to leave room for more activities down here? Yeah, I think we move Avarice up here. Because again, money's not going to matter anymore. We just need him as a double striker at this point. Because there's not going to be any more shops after this. Okay, we got the super weapon right off the top, so that's fantastic news. Mind Cage. Do I even want to put Mind Cage on anybody? It's not really that great at this point. We can do the spell chain, make it rain for free, so that's nice. First turn, we're just gonna go ahead and give you a ton of Valor. This way you start chewing through the asinine health bars we're dealing with here. Fireball gets rid of the bonus dudes back there. I should have just make it rained on them, though. That would have gotten rid of them. This is just gonna make me feel better. We're losing our quick shield steward immediately, which really sucks. But there's nothing I can do about that. Yeah, Mind Cage wouldn't help him, because he's gonna take extra damage because of the melee weakness, so he's just dead. There's just nothing for it. Just give you more Valor. Get that out of the way at the beginning. Because the Valor there will just pass around, and that's the point of the idea. Rage for you, huh? Not great. Ooh, Cursed Dragon Staff. Gives incant 1 damage to all enemy units on that floor. That's perfectly fitting for you, but I don't really want to spend the 2 on it. We're gonna put the Fight Club down here? Yeah, the Fight Club down here makes the most sense. It was either that or here. This here would also make sense. We're gonna Divinity you, because you're currently in trouble. Soldier of Fortune and hope for a good. Okay, that's actually fantastic. You block the field for the moment. Oh, and we get the Punk Shredder to put here. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Good things are happening. Good things are happening. If this Fanning the Flames didn't get cost increased by the dial, I would absolutely go for that right now. Same with the Cleave. The Cleave's too damn expensive. I think we Soldier of Fortune again, honestly. So... yeah, both units only cost 1, so we can summon either of them if they come up. So, Soldier of Fortune. Except he rolled a higher cost because I'm a fool. Well, never mind. So much for that plan. Hachu. Slam you. Except that put him to the front, which is gonna get him killed. I forgot he advances when he slams. I should have slammed earlier on. I fucked it. I fucked it so badly. That melee weakness is disgusting. It's okay, we can make it work still. Oh, they had trample of their own that I didn't account for, huh? Well, there went the bird of trample. The bird of trample is dead. I have made many a misplay here, and there's so many waves of this fight. Okay, there's still hope. I just want y'all to know there's still hope. This is definitely not over yet. It's just not looking great. We have enough free items that we can make something good happen here. Let the Ember refund here. Here, you have the Soul Stick, because you need that armor right now. Actually, you come to the front. You need to die. We'll give them another friend up here. I don't have anybody up here, and I completely forgot about that. That's fine. He'll die to the core. It'll be okay. It's gonna have to be okay. Does mean I can't afford devilish details particularly. Not that I was really gonna be able to afford that anyway. Oh, you have sweep. That's why that was a problem. So you need the damage shield or you're gonna die. There we go, that makes a difference there. That makes him take way more. If I Pyrogel you still don't die. You take more. We are just so fucked. Like, we're gonna get to do a lot, but it's not gonna fix it all. Fel is in pain, so we're probably gonna have to switch places down there. Problem is, they're gonna have too many guys getting free and clear up to the top, because I've spent all my units down here. I'm gonna have to basically get random units to save the day. Actually, no, I can kill them right now. I can kill these guys. It's just anything past them that becomes an issue. But I could let them attack and die. I think I might actually have to, because I need this damage down here. Because we get paid back for all of that damage. Oh, the shield. The shield would have been so good earlier. Nobody has... Well, you have the health to use it, actually. You lose the staff, but the shield will help you, actually. Because now he can damage reflect a lot. He's only going to take minor damage, so he's fine. Move you to the front. Then move you back to the front. Then move him back to the front. I should have given you the Cursed Dragon Staff while I did that, just so we got the free damage on them. I'm just, like, muddling my moves so badly here. We'll still get some good incant results here, though. And may as well put the Blood-Soaked Arena up here, even though that's not going to do anything right now. And, of course, I drew Divinity, the one thing I can't use in any good way to deal with this problem. I was really banking on an attack card to get rid of at least one of them. And so our core took less damage. We still have a chance. It's just not a great chance. Oh, that's a bad thing to see right now, especially with Rage. Ooh, Pyreborn Brain Spike. Apply, reduce cooldown by X. Apply 2 times X Avarice. That's very funny, but no, that's not gonna help right now. Actually, yeah, Cleave. The Cleave helps a lot on that one. Okay. This is still an issue. This is such an issue. Should have handed you the Dragon Staff, just so we got a little bit more out of this. Like, I'm just misplaying left and right at this point. It makes me so sad. No, you damage reflecting is where most of that damage is coming from. The good news is, if he gets up there, we don't die. So it's not the worst thing, and at least this lot's getting cleaned out. What a fucking awkward situation across the board to find ourselves in, though. There's another achievement for 6 equipment in one battle. I'm throwing so much down at this point. You know what? Hit him with that. And then Pyreborn Brain Spike for 0, which will still hit him. He dies. Ha! Number bullshit, go! Okay, we made it work. If there was ever somebody who's good at finding a way to wiggle out of a stupid situation, it's me right here, right now. You know what? You're better than nothing. Get up there. Okay, we kill the first one down here. We could gamble on fanning the flames, hitting him, or we just make it rain and wipe the board. Well, not really, but it would do what I need it to do. Which is get rid of the guy in the back, and then we get it back. This is not great, but they're kind of fine fighting him. You still don't have an item, do you, Magma Cultist? I thought I gave him an item ages ago. There you go. Which gives me another card. Fuck you up. I think I might actually want to just, like, pile on the Pyre Gel. I still don't know how to feel that one of my more powerful units is just a snot-nosed whelp who just sneezes things to death. Oh, hi. You know, that does kind of make the fact that I put this guy here kind of pointless, huh? You get up there and help out. Deal a little bit of damage, guys. It'll be okay. Hit him with the cleave down here. We could give somebody flight, but I don't really think that that's gonna help. You go ahead and sneeze on him so he takes more damage. This is where it all falls apart, I think, though. Because there's just gonna be too much coming at us up here. Like, this is where the weak point is. This is where everything's gonna break. Unless I can clear more of this before it gets up there. Which is looking not so great right now. The remaining play at that point would be to try to do some flight shenanigans to get somebody into position up there to stop this from overflowing. But the thing is... actually... No, I have an idea. You learn to fly. You're not gonna fly yet, though. He's gonna fly next turn once this guy's up there. And then he'll come fight him again. And that'll have to be enough. The level of absurdity I'm getting to here, just to try to keep this going. We're just gonna have to hope I get good enough cards next turn to do something good here. I didn't dare lose any of the fighters at the bottom, otherwise the second the final wave happened, which is now, everything would go to hell in a handbasket. I don't really need another Fanning the Flames, and I didn't need my Make It Rain to cost 3. I would love to, but all my fire costs a lot at this point. But how you doing, Lark? You're just in time for everything to be falling apart, potentially, here. You teleport up there. This way you can kill him. Also don't have that. Unfortunately, our magic budget's a little tight right now. The good news is we win, actually. As long as I can keep these guys from ascending to the top and killing me, we win. Because right now, our fighters down here at the bottom have this under control. So I just need to stop these guys. Which this guy stopped. I just need to stop this guy. It does barely any damage is the problem. It does only 15, which is nothing to these guys. That's why that's not first order business right now. First order business was taking stock of the issue. And the only guy that's not dying right now is this guy. So everything I own is going at this man and until he stops moving. In fact, you know what? On the note of everything I own, eat all the money, you bastard. Okay, he's barely gonna live, so he goes up there and dies. We're fine. We've got this. I've managed to pull this back together. I can't believe it. I can't fucking believe that this is gonna work out. And we got paid. Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh, trust me, I agree with that. I just don't have a sorcerer either. We got a lot of dragons and a lot of nonsense, but we don't have a sorcerer. We got our first win the first day playing this game. Yes! From a miserable start of our first run to a win, I will take it. Oh, you should have seen how it was going earlier. It was not easy earlier. Ooh, permanent 6 extra health at the end of the battle. Ooh. You said kill them all with fire, which technically didn't solve anything. The fire made it a little easier for them to die, but it was all stabbing for the most part that solved the real problem. I'm not saying it isn't, I'm just saying there was more to it than that. Now we have Covenant rank 2. Ooh, we also got a mastery for Fell and 23 more cards. Just look at all the masteries coming in immediately. Ding, 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 ding. We are 7 short of unlocking the next faction. All of that spell flinging I did, and it still wasn't enough to unlock them. Good lord. That is gonna be where I stop today, though, because we're 5.5 hours in. I'm just not doing that one more run right now. Oh, you want to run. Nicely done. You can optionally start an endless mode run with the deck and artifacts you had at the end of this run. How far can you go? I'm not doing endless right now. Nah. Nah, Lark. Nah. Oh, neat. You can generate challenges. So that's cool. I guess you could generate a challenge for people to do better than what you did with what you had, probably. Something like that. So that's cool. Nope. Oh, there's a gathering at the pyre. We'll see what this means before we go. Let them all have their talk. Yeah, no, all the cherubs are gone. Apostles? Nope, no apostles. Rude. More bodies solve your problems anyway. Yay for getting past your biases. There we go. Trigger an optional dialogue as well. And we didn't even get another Pyre Heart, I don't think. I'm not gonna do the run, I just want to look to see if we did get any. No. If I had stayed with doing every trial, we would have gotten that one, I think. We're getting there for the Pyre damage. We're halfway with moving units. The rest of these are just gonna be time. There we go, just backing out of that before I get tempted. But I've got stuff to take care of for tomorrow's lobby, among a bunch of other things I want to do tonight, so I can't just keep going endlessly. I would also rather not be completely trashed for tomorrow. So, you know, it's a whole thing. I just gotta find us somewhere to be now. Which I've got lots of options on right now. Wait a minute. Is that... Yep, that's what I thought it is. That is connected to that other bit. That's what I thought. Oh, that's what that is. Okay. There's a lot of things I have to sit here and read what somebody's doing so I understand what the hell they're on about. Sometimes people are just playing in like special events and such, and it's like, well, now I have to read your entire thing so I understand what's happening here. Okay, they've switched to what they're doing there, so I'm not going in for that. If they were doing what they were doing earlier, I would have actually sent them over. That is not of any interest to me. Okay, I think I've got my 2. Now I just need to flip my coin and see where we land. Alright. Familiar ground it is. We will go over to Melon, who is doing her part of a new Minecraft server that one of our other friends has started. So that should be fun. Go ahead and get that timer rolling. Thank you all so much for taking the time to be here. We will be back tomorrow with another repo lobby. Let's see, what else is there to cover? See, sometimes things just work out. Sometimes you're planning to go somewhere and somebody else is just gonna drive you there. I will say we are gonna be down a couple people for that repo lobby tomorrow, unfortunately, because I had 2 different people tell me at the last minute that things have changed, which is unfortunate. But that's the Saturday curse continuing to be the Saturday curse. That's just how it goes sometimes. Let's see. Beyond that, we have Okage Shadow King starting on Monday, more than likely, because the votes are currently very heavily slanted toward Okage Shadow King out of the 4 options, so that will most likely be starting on Monday. Because, honestly, if in the next 4 hours I don't see a massive change in the votes, I'm probably just going to call the vote a day early and not waste the day seeing if that vote changes. It's got like a 5-vote lead out of everybody that's voted. Is basically one person voted for something else and everybody voted for that. So that's the whole thing. And then Tuesday we continue Siege in the Sand Fox probably, and then we'll figure out what we're going from there. Be good to Melon, she's good people, and I'll see you next time. Good night, everybody. Totally didn't have to rush through that ending at all or anything.